guys. I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Fins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
You're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers. I am your host, none other than the one and only Stephen D, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Welcome on this beautiful Monday morning. A lot to get into, a lot to talk about. Before we do anything this morning, what I would like to do this morning is just kind of take a quick moment of silence for the tragedy that happened in Boston, or in Buffalo. I said Boston and Buffalo. That whole situation in Buffalo hit me really, really hard. I want, I have a couple Bills fans that watch this channel, and I have friends that live in the Buffalo area, upstate New York area, and that whole situation sucks in many, many different levels. And I won't, make this show. Look, that whole situation sucks, and I really don't know what else to say other than it made me angry, it made me mad, it made me sad, it hurt me, and the world that we live in today, I think my motto, my creed, spread kindness, spread positivity, spread love, just needs to be echoed throughout the world in a bigger way. So let's just take a quick moment of silence and pray for the families and friends and the lost ones of the tragedy that happened in Buffalo this weekend. All right. What I have been looking at over the last couple of days, for those of you who don't know, you guys need to go look. If you don't know what happened in Buffalo, you need to go look at the news. It was a hateful act by a hateful individual. 18-year-old guy walked in full tactical gear into a supermarket and started killing people, and it was race related. It was a white 18-year-old and went in with the sole purpose to kill black people inside of the supermarket. And yeah, I mean, we just it sucks. Sucks. So what I plan on doing is finding out what sorry, I'm still trying to gather myself. That this whole situation has been bad. But what I do plan on doing is I want to raise money for the some of the victims' families. So a portion of anything that's raised this week, a portion of all money raised in the channel, I will be giving. I'm not sure how yet. I don't know if it'll go to a direct family in need, if it'll go to an organization that's helping out with families in need over there. I know the Buffalo Bills are doing some stuff. Maybe we'll send it over to the Buffalo Bills. But what I do plan on doing is a portion of all the money raised this week on the channel. I want to be able to go out, even if it's, it depends on how much you guys raise on the channel this week. But I do want to be able to, give a little bit to those families of what we make here on the show. And yeah, so there will be a portion of all the funds raised this week, donations on the show, we will send over to Buffalo, figure out a way to give it, find an organization that's working with the families, and we'll figure it out. So I would say donate to the channel, help the channel grow, but donate this week because we're gonna help some of these families out if we're able to. So Steven said Bill and 1 year Dolphin Thurman Thomas is setting up a fund and started with $10,000. Maybe we do that. I'm going to look into it. So donate to the channel and we're gonna raise some money this week. All right. All right. Let me get back into the show. There was no easy transition for that, but I know I wanted to start the show out with that. So thank you for allowing me to do that this morning. Make sure you guys can follow me on all social media at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. That's my social media handle. You guys can follow me on there. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Go to Miami Sports Music. You can follow them on all social media platforms except for Twitter at Miami Sports Music. And on Twitter, it's at MIA Sports Music. Okay. Well, on your way in this morning, if you can, hit that like button. We got 42 of y'all, only 18 likes this morning. 42 of y'all should be 42 likes. Hit the like button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. So hit the like button on your way in today. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Subscribe. There are plenty of amazing, beautiful people out here in the world. And so subscribe to the channel, help the channel grow. Doesn't cost you a thing to subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Now, if you want to sign up and become a member of the channel, that's a different story. There are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you, and we ask that you sign up and become a member of the family. That isn't free. If you're able to, give on a monthly basis, it goes to helping the channel grow and helping with expenses. And there's a lot of different cool things and perks that you get from that. And there'll be a lot of it coming up this year. So make sure you guys do that. All right. All right, here we go. Adam E says, I believe there's a church collecting donations. I can get that info and send it to you. Yeah, Adam E, I'm all about it. So whatever we can do to help, I definitely want to do that. Okay. Did I just do everything in the chat? Sorry about that, guys. I just did it all in there. Okay. It's not what I meant to do. All right, here, let me delete that comment. See, I'm doing 15 things at once and trying to do 15 things at once. And I can't seem to get everything working right this morning. So bear with me. All right. Hey, look, if you want to help the channel grow by donating, I just like I said a little bit ago, all donations received, a portion of all the donations received this week, we are going to send out in some way, shape, or form to Buffalo to help with the victims of the tragedy, of the hateful, heinous act that happened this weekend. So any donations that you guys send, a portion of it, we're gonna go to a good cause this weekend in Buffalo. And I'm not sure how we're gonna do that yet. We're gonna find a good way to do it. And once I get that way, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, donate to the channel. Okay. There's 3 different ways you guys can donate. There's actually 4 different ways. First way is Cash App. You can use this QR code right here on the screen, $MSM Podcast Network. You can also use PayPal, MSM Podcast Network. Use this QR code on the screen. You can also use the YouTube Live Super Chat, which is the $ down at the bottom of the chat. And if you're replaying this and you're not watching this live, there's a new thing on here called Super Thanks. And it's right where the share button is and the like button is. You guys can click on the heart with the $ in the middle of the heart. That's called Super Thanks. That's usually done when this is replayed, not watching it live. So you guys can do that here. Okay. All right. Second thing. I see some of you all in the chat today. I'm not able to do everything on here. I'm having some problems with the chat this morning, just so you know. But I do see some of y'all arguing. This, just so you know, I'm going to say this one time this morning, okay? Then I'm not going to say it again. This whole situation that happened over the weekend is not a political thing. It's about good versus evil. And I don't care what your political preferences are. That shouldn't be talked about in the chat this morning. None. No need for it. We're a sports channel, but this is about good versus evil and hatefulness versus love. And right now, we're going to give love on this channel. And that's what this channel is going to be about. And if you don't want that, change the freaking channel, as far as I'm concerned. Don't care if you watch or don't watch. But no political stuff. That's not what this conversation is about. And I don't want to see you guys arguing about political stuff when this hateful crap went on in Buffalo over the weekend. Don't do that. That's not what this is about. Okay? And I'm not pointing any one person out. Okay? I'm just saying no. I don't want to see you guys arguing about political stuff. You don't have to agree with everybody. Okay? All right. Enough about that. I'm done talking about it this morning. Let me get into the rest of the show. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor of the show, Tail Greeter. Tail Greeter is absolutely amazing. You can download the current app on your current Apple or Android device today. It's a free app. Doesn't cost you anything. We ask that you download it. Brings the tailgates to you, the best tailgates around. And I know football season's over, but that doesn't mean the tailgates stop, okay? Also want to give a big shout out to our other sponsor, the ZSM Sports. Every week, although last week we extended it into this week, every $5 per $5 that are donated to the show, okay, we are going to enter you into a weekly giveaway that we do. And this week's weekly giveaway, as well as last week, so I'm putting last week's and this week's all together. If you donate at least $5 to the show, you will get entered to win a Sam Madison Patrick Surtain autograph mini helmet, Aqua mini helmet, okay? Hold on. Let's see here. So if you donate $5 to the channel, $10, $15, $20, every $5 you get an additional entry into the mini helmet giveaway. We will be doing that on Friday afternoon. If you donate on Cash App or PayPal, I double your entries. If you donate $50 at all, I triple your entries. And again, let me state for the people, if you donate to the channel this week, a portion of all the donations we are going to send up to Buffalo. We're going to find somebody to partner with to send money up to Buffalo to help with some of these families that were affected by this tragedy that happened over the weekend. Okay, so donate to the channel, and let's raise some money for some beautiful people up there who were lost loved ones, and that's what I want to do. Okay, all right. Now that I got all that out the way, man, craziness happened in the world of sports over the weekend. I'm trying to transition over to sports after talking about everything that we've talked about so far. Number one, just a crazy weekend. 7 game 7s that happened over the weekend. I guess we'll start out in the world of hockey. On Friday night, the Florida Panthers and the Washington Capitals played Game 6. Panthers won 4-3 in overtime, and they won the series. So Florida advances to the next round. Was beautiful. Loved every second of it. Was a great series. Washington played their hearts out against us. But, you know, I'm always a little nervous when the Panthers play. I believe they hadn't won a playoff series since, I think it was 96, since they went to the NHL Finals against the Colorado Avalanche. So it's been a long time since they've won, and it was a beautiful thing that they were able to do and win. and advance to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The other wonderful, crazy thing about that as well is they go on to face now their new rivals, the Tampa Bay Lightning, who won against Toronto on Saturday in one of the game sevens. That game, they ended up winning 2-1. It was a crazy, crazy game. Nonetheless, here, let me do this. Let me pull this up. Yeah, so they won 2-1. Absolutely crazy game. Unbelievable on Saturday, and that was one of them. Carolina Hurricanes. I was about to say Carolina Panthers. Carolina Hurricanes and Boston Bruins played another game 7 on Saturday, and the Hurricanes won 3-2. Believe it or not, I was actually hoping for Boston to advance so that there'd be that Boston, Florida connection and be able to play against each other. Was hoping that would happen, but didn't happen nonetheless. But it was crazy. So then we go Oilers, Edmonton, in the Alberta area of Canada. They won 2-0 against the LA Kings. They won their game 7. Now, before we get into that, let's talk about the game 7s yesterday. So there was 3 game 7s. Was there 2 game 7s yesterday? There was 2 game 7s yesterday in the world of the NHL. There was the Pittsburgh Penguins and New York Rangers, and there was the Calgary Flames and the Dallas Stars. Let me tell you why all this is important, okay? Because I'm going to get to it here. The whole time we advance, and by we I mean the Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers advance. I'm like, okay, we need to figure out when and where is Florida going to play. So if Florida's advanced, how is this going to set up? Because we already had the schedule for the NBA. And what we don't want to happen, if you notice in the first round of the NHL Finals, the way it worked out, the way NHL did it great for us is we had 7 straight days of games. We had Florida Panthers, Miami Heat, Florida Panthers, Miami Heat, Florida Panthers, Miami Heat. And it was great. It was awesome. But they weren't going to, NHL was not releasing their schedule until all the game 7s were finished. So the Rangers ended up winning in overtime against the Penguins. Great. I was happy about that. Dolph Freaky, big Dolphins fan. She's a big Rangers fan. She was happy about it. I think NHL or anything's always better when New York teams are in it because you're able to root against them in bigger and higher situations, and that's what I want to happen. I want to root against the Rangers when they're playing the Panthers in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I hope happens. So that goes down, right? And so then Calgary and this Dallas Stars game I watched last night, and that went into overtime. That was crazy game. If you don't watch hockey, first of all, game 7s, no matter where you're at, are hands down the greatest thing in the world. Love game 7s. And playoff hockey, that's another level of craziness. Another level of craziness. So those games, Calgary ends up winning. So Calgary, by the way, is going to end up facing the Edmonton Oilers. They're both from Alberta, Canada. Crazy. And the Florida Panthers, which is the highest you can get in the North for hockey, and the lowest you can get in the South for hockey is Florida. And Tampa Bay and Florida are facing against each other. Crazy, right? So this is what happens when all this goes down. So all this goes down, and they release the schedule. Game 1 is Tuesday night. Game 2 is Thursday. Game 3 is Sunday. So no game Friday and Saturday. Then there's a back-to-back game on Monday. Back at home on Game 5. Game 6 will be in Tampa if there is. And Game 7 will be back at home. All right. Now you see how this is set up, right? Now look at the Eastern Conference Finals. Those times look very familiar, don't they? The NHL had an opportunity to start this series on Wednesday and make the games every other day so that it would not interfere with the Miami Heat games. They didn't. We got screwed. I was so upset to see this. And on top of that, I don't think it makes sense from a TV point that the NHL would do that. They're going to lose viewers. You have a chance to have more eyes on that series by scheduling that series and starting it on Wednesday. Instead, you start it on Tuesday, and you have 5 of the 7 games coinciding at the same time as the Heat. How stupid is that? Whoever's doing the NHL, hey, let's schedule this at the same time, does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. As you know, the Game 7, Boston won their Game 7 against Milwaukee. They advanced, so the Eastern Conference Final kind of slipping into the NBA, the world of the NBA. We're facing our longtime rivalry, another year of the Eastern Conference Finals. That's Boston versus Miami, and I'm here for it. And I'm excited about it. Because, look, think about it. The NHL, the Florida Panthers, are playing their biggest rival in Tampa Bay. It is their biggest rival. Last 2 defending champions, 2-time defending champions, last 2 years in a row, Tampa Bay Lightning. Now they're facing the Florida Panthers, who won the President's Cup. You don't get a big, like that. I don't understand how the NHL does not see that. It's their biggest matchup. Your 2-time defending champions, last 2 years, going for a 3rd year in a row, going for the trifecta, facing against the team that won the President's Cup that's the best team in hockey. And you don't schedule it on off nights? No, Shake Money, they weren't. They weren't, because the NHL said there were people that were saying that they would not release the schedules until that it was done, till all the Game 7s were done. It was insane. It was insane to think about. But from that standpoint, Game 7s of the NBA yesterday were insane too. If you go look at this, Phoenix and Dallas played their Game 7, and Dallas showed up, but Phoenix did not. Phoenix did not show up for their Game 7. Let me tell y'all, look at this score. This is yesterday. Here, let me share this. Insane. 123-90. Phoenix scored 17 points in the first quarter and 10 points in the second. They had 27 points at the half. Let me repeat that again. A Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals, a team had 27 points at halftime. It was 57-27. They had a 30-point lead at halftime, Dallas. Phoenix didn't even show up. They didn't show up. And what's crazy, what's even crazier about that, you got to feel bad for Chris Paul to a certain extent too. Right? Chris Paul, been part of some amazing teams over the years, never has not won a championship. And going into the day was 0-6 in Game 7s. Now he's 0-7 in Game 7s. Biggest lead was like 46 points, I think. Yep. 100%. Luka had 27 points in the first half. So did the entire Suns team. Insane. How do you show up? How do you not show up? By the way, Phoenix was the number 1 seed in the West. They had home court advantage. And they didn't show up in Game 7 to advance to the Western Conference Finals? Crazy to me. Insane to me. Don't know how they didn't do it. Absolutely insane. So look, I think it's going to be a great series when it's all said and done, right? Like if you go and look at it right now, you got the Golden State Warriors and Dallas Mavericks facing in the Western Conference Finals, the 3 and 4 seeds there respectively. I have to admit, I was definitely thinking Golden State was going to advance. Actually, I think if Ja Morant was there in the West with Memphis healthy, I think Memphis would have pulled out that, which would have been great. But my hope now is Miami, Dallas, NBA Finals, a rematch. Give me Dallas again. Give me Dallas again. That's what I want to see. So I want to see a Mavs Heat NBA Finals. And I think it's going to be crazy. And I have to say this matchup is going to be insane too. You go look at this 7-game series right now with the Boston Celtics. This Miami Heat team is set up to win, in my opinion. They match up very well against them. They have bigger star players. They have a deeper bench. I don't understand how Boston competes with us in a 7-game series. I'm just being perfectly honest. I'm not trying to be a homer. I'm calling it like I see it. Miami Heat are the better team. They are. Hands down. The Mavericks won 3 of 4 versus the Warriors in the regular season. They sure did. Yep. Monty Williams is an outstanding coach. His GM has to get a bigger point guard and another scorer. You're right. Yep. Tatum is going to hurt your feelings, Blake McDonald said. No, bruh. No, not going to happen. Not going to happen, my guy. Y'all should have never released Max Strus. Y'all realize you had Max Strus in 2019 and released him out of training camp into the regular season? You should have known. Max Strus going to come back and haunt y'all's nightmares this week. That's all I'm going to say. Strus going to be hitting the nature boy. He's going to be hitting his little Strus, his strut. Woo! Let's go, Miami. That's all I got to say. I'm so excited for the series. Do you realize right now it's a time to be a Miami fan? A Miami sports fan? You got the NBA Eastern Conference Finals with the people in green that we can't stand, that just, they're there all the time. Every year you're in and you're out. You can't stand them. They seem to always put stuff together. They're there. The Celtics, can't stand them, right? They got the Celtics. It's the Miami Heat. Best team in the NBA as far as I'm concerned this year. And they just kept on getting, and they're still getting. Do you realize they're not the favorite in this series? Boston is. They have home court advantage and they're not the favorite. You keep on underestimating the Heat, you're going to get burned. You stay in the kitchen too long, you're going to get hot. And let me tell y'all right now, if you're a Celtics fan, be prepared and bring your tissues because you're going to need them. Because you're going to be going home crying back to Boston. That's all I'm going to say about that. And let me tell you, Tampa Bay Lightning, y'all are in for it too. Just because you won the last 2 Stanley Cups, y'all ain't ready for this team, this amazing team in the Florida Panthers. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun week. Tuesday night at 7 p.m. I think I'm going to do a live stream of both games on my channel. So I don't know if you want to see that or not, but I think we're going to do a live stream for both games on the channel. We're going to do an all Miami live stream, playoff live stream, Tuesday night. I think I'm here for it. It's going to be fun. We'll watch the games. We'll talk. We'll have discussions. It'll be good. Be ready for that Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Let's go. But that ain't even the best that happened this weekend. What happened this weekend, which was even crazier than all this, because we're Dolphins fans first and foremost, man. Fins up 70. Miami Heat will not beat any team in the Western Conference. Lies, they said. Lies, they said. D-Dub, Tampa Bay Lightning and 6. Get out of here, D-Dub. You know goodness well. The Knicks will be back. Yeah, in the NBA next year. That's about it. Boston and 6, Andre said, boy, these are one of those times I still wish I bet. I still wish I bet. But I ain't going to do it to y'all. I ain't going to do it to y'all now. Y'all ain't ready for the games. That's all I know. Heat, Panthers, all week. Let's go. Level 2 News said the Knicks still have a team. 7 p.m. Sounds like 1 a.m. for me. Franzi over there in Germany, he's like, I'm ready for it. Call it the Miami Vice grip over the playoffs. I like it. It sounds good. Hey, just reminded y'all, hey, hit the like button on your way in if you haven't done so already. Also, hey, donate to the channel, help the channel grow. But remember, a portion of all money raised this week, we're going to send up to Buffalo. I'm not sure how we're going to do it yet, but we're going to find a way. We're going to send it up to Buffalo, and we're going to help some families out. And also remember, every $5 donation that you enter to the channel, you will be entered to win a Sam Madison Patrick Surtain autograph helmet that we're giving away on Friday. So if you give $15 to the channel, portion of that goes up to Buffalo, and you'll also be entered 3 times into this mini helmet. If you do $50, I triple your entries. If you do Cash App or PayPal, I double your entries, no matter what the donation is. But let's raise some money. We got a lot of cool stuff. Let's go. I did donate, but it was about the Mavericks, so you ignored it. I did not. If you donated on Cash App or PayPal this morning, let me know so that way I can at least shout you out. Because I have it on my phone here, so I don't want to mess you guys up or neglect you guys from donating on Cash App or PayPal. Let's go. All right. Did you donate earlier? I told you I'm not able to see all the donations today for some reason. So there's something's going on with YouTube and the live stream. I'm not able to see the chats. My screen's blank. What did TD Finns Talk say? What did TD Finns Talk say about the Heat? He over here talking about the Celtics. CD don't know. He don't know. Is there any way both the Celtics and the Heat get eliminated? I can't stand either. Let's go Knicks. Hater. Y'all are funny. All right, so let's get into the Dolphins stuff over the weekend. So, absolutely amazing. The Miami Dolphins make another huge move over the weekend. I'm sitting on my couch enjoying my weekend, and I get a series of ding 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 alerts on my phone that the Miami Dolphins have made another move. And this one being one that I didn't know actually was going to come. I was very surprised, especially after the draft that we had and getting Channing Tindall. So I thought that we wouldn't make another move. I thought the defensive move that we were going to make was going to be for Akeem Hicks. So I was very surprised. But I was so happy. I have to admit, I was so happy to see the Dolphins taking a flyer on Melvin Ingram. And I say taking a flyer, it's not like Melvin Ingram. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. The man's got skills. He's one of the we have, hands down, today, on paper, arguably best pass rushing team in the NFL. Who wants to face Jalen Phillips, Emmanuel Ogbah, and Melvin Ingram rushing at you? Don't worry, I'll wait. Crazy. And the best part is the Dolphins aren't even done yet. They're not even done yet. And I hope that name's J.C. Treader. I'm just throwing that out there. I saw over the weekend people were pushing that name out there, J.C. Treader. But the interesting thing about that is there's a lot of different things coming out of different places. But I did see what TD put on Twitter. He screenshotted a conversation that he had with J.C. Treader's dad, Joe Treader, saying that the Dolphins haven't offered anything. And that J.C. Treader has gotten offers from other teams, but he hasn't gotten anything he likes. But the Dolphins have not offered anything as of yet. Okay. Let me tell you what I like about that. Okay. I think my hope is, okay, this is my hope, is that the Dolphins, okay, are able to bring in somebody like J.C. Treader and really get into it. Sorry, there we go. I'm really get into it. Level 2 Noob says, nobody wants Treader. There's no interest anywhere, including the Dolphins. Get over it. Dieter is your center. Let me say this to you, Level 2 Noob. I think getting Melvin Ingram shows that the Dolphins are willing to take a flyer on almost anybody. So explain to me why you think that the Dolphins wouldn't take a flyer on JC Treader. You know, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that they're done. Dolphins are done, bro. We ain't getting nobody. Plus, rumor has it Ross is looking for buyers. Unreal, bro. This team is going to end up in London or Mexico with our luck. Watch. Cap for life. Come on now. I know no reason to be like that this morning. You should be happy, Cap for life. You should be happy. First of all, I haven't heard any rumors that he's planning on selling the team right now. Heard no rumors about that. Okay? So take that for what it's worth. Okay? The other thing that I'll also say to you, man, is this team's not going anywhere. The NFL has a staple in Miami. They love Miami. They put a buttload of money into the stadium. Dolphins aren't going anywhere for a very, 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 very long time. So get that out of your mind too. Be happy with what the here's a reality. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all ready for this? Because I know some of y'all are going to be like, oh my God. Chris Grier? How can you not like what Chris Grier's done? Chris Grier, in my opinion, has literally exhausted everything he has within his grasp, all of his resources to put the best team on the field this year. You want to argue with me about quarterback? We can do that. And I can deal with the argument, is what I'm saying. But aside from that, he's put an amazing, talented roster on the field. And he's not done. And he still has cap room. And he can still sign another one or two good players. Every time we sign another player, we look at the contract and go, man, he can sign another one or two good players. He still has it. Our defense is going on. Our defense, come on now. One of the best defenses in football. One of the he's swinging for the fences. The man is trying to I don't understand how you can hate on Ross right now. It doesn't make sense to me. Every 10 days he's signing somebody new to add to the team. He's putting together an amazing roster. I don't get it. I don't get the hate for the man right now. Bone says, I like that shirt, Stephen. Yeah, DWA. You want it in the link in the description below. Click on that link for the Miami Sports Music merchandise stuff. And here, matter of fact, let me Miami Sports Music merch copy. Click on this link, bro, and you can get that shirt. Swinging for the fences would have meant getting Deshaun or Russell. I disagree, D-Dub. You have a chance to go on and upgrade your quarterback. I think you do. But I'll tell you what I think the Dolphins' plan all along was, and it kept getting busted after busted, was Brady. I really believe that's what their plan was. They didn't get him. They felt that their next best option was to keep what they had in-house. My opinion, you don't have to agree with it. Okay? And what I will say is this roster from top to bottom, you can argue, I can take the argument about quarterback. I can listen to it. I can listen to it. I really can. Because I understand the argument. But I have to tell you, if you're looking at this roster defensively, offensively, wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, defensive line, secondary, top notch, best in football on some of these. The depth is absolutely amazing of what we have right now. Explain to me you saw a team that were aqua and orange that had this much depth. The last time you did was the early 2000s. And that was only on the defensive side of the ball. When you had Terrell Buckley, Brock Marion, Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain. That was it. That's the last time. I'm telling you right now, Greer's GM of the year right now. And if we make the playoffs, 100%. Grier easily had the best offseason of any GM in the NFL. Easily. By far. Not even close. Not even close. I'm just saying. We could have won 12 games last year. I know we could at least get 13 up out this MF in my red man voice from how high. Where your crew at? I'll mess them up. I don't mind cutting my evenings short. Bones, good movie. Love that movie. Grier sucks. I'm just saying. I don't understand how you argue with what Grier's done. Or Ross. Oh, I don't. I don't like Ross. But the man has an open checkbook. And giving Grier, if you think this will work, go ahead and do it. I don't get it. I don't get the hate for Grier right now. And as much as I don't like Ross, I don't know if I'd want another owner at this particular moment because I don't know how many owners are willing to do what Ross just did this offseason. He gave Grier the green light and an open blank checkbook. Do what you need to do, my guy. Make it happen. Never forget Grier paid Cutler $10 million. Grier didn't pay Cutler $10 million. Are you kidding me? Grier did not pay Cutler $10 million. San Fran is going to be a top 10 pick. Grier will continue to parlay that into a bunch of bounty picks. Never forget Grier paid Josh Rosen. Y'all are hilarious. Pete, you're hilarious, bro. I love you, Pete. Takes are ridiculous this morning. Absolutely ridiculous. You can't talk to people like that. Ugh. Grier is clueless. Oh my God, the hate is unreal. Trash can Cutler wasn't worth a bag of trash. Tannenbaum left this team in shambles, riddled in dead cap money. Ross opening the checkbook is a distraction from the Flores issues. I'm not here to argue the Flores issues. That's not what I'm here to argue about, D-Dub. I get it. I understand it. He destroyed this team, and it'll go into a disaster tune. I disagree. Miami's going to win multiple games this year, double digits, and they're going to make the playoffs, and hopefully they'll win a playoff game. That's where I'm telling you right now, this team, this roster is one of the best in football, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Y'all going to make me say it. I'm going to say it. Y'all ready? Y'all ain't ready. If y'all already hit the like button and donate to the channel, if y'all ready for me to say it. I'm not going to say it until somebody donates to the channel and helps the channel grow, and we can send some money up to Buffalo. Come on now. Let's go. Come on now. Good cause. Y'all going to say it. I'm not going to say it until somebody does it. Until somebody donates. Let's go. Not going to do it. Not going to say it. Y'all going to make me say it. I'm getting excited. Just wanted to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm excited. I'm going to say it. It's going to come out as soon as somebody donates. Woo, 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 woo. Y'all going to make me blurt it out. Let's go. Let's go. Shut up with your stupid butt. Whatever. If Greer is gone next year, he is leaving Miami with 5 picks. Oh, my God. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. I'll just say it. Dolphins are going to the playoffs this year. I'm calling it now. You keep the receipt now. I'm convinced the Dolphins are going to the playoffs this year. I'm convinced on that much. I am. Dolphins are making the playoffs this year. This roster is too good to not make the playoffs. It has way too much depth to not make the playoffs. Tua's taking the Dolphins to the playoffs this year. Well, somebody's taking them, because I'll tell you what right now, this roster's too good, bro. It's too good. I need a 4-game sample, Facebook user says. No, come on, bro. Yeah, something's going on with the chat this morning with from YouTube and from StreamYard. So I apologize. I said that. It's not AFC Championship or bust. I'm not going to go that far, guys. They're 13. But I will say that there is no reason that this roster does not make the playoffs. It's me, K9. What's up, Brad Wimes? Brad's my buddy. I love y'all. Let me tell y'all. Let me pause the show real quick. Y'all want some positivity in your life? Again, I don't know why this is doing it, saying Facebook user, but Brad Wimes, most positive person you will ever see on social media. I'm just going to say it right now. You need some positivity in your life? Go check out my man, Brad Wimes. BradWymbs. Yes, I put his whole government out there. K9 Dolphin fan. I'm just Facebook user positive. I'm just saying he's the man. You want some real positivity? Go check out my man. Yeah. Look, I'm telling y'all right now, Dolphins are making the playoffs this year. And it's not because I think that the Melvin Ingram signing makes our team better, which it does. It gives us depth. It's just I know that this team has done everything it can do within its power to be a better football team this offseason. I love you too, K9. They have. Miami Dolphin fans have settled for a bench warmer. Pete, are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? I don't understand how you all don't think that this team is a playoff caliber team. I didn't say championship team, although I think we could be that depending on how this team plays. But you mean if any other team, if you know what, if the Jets did this in our division, we'd be like, oh man, they're going to make the Super Bowl. I can't believe the Dolphins wouldn't do stuff like this. See, this is the problem with Dolphins. They don't ever make moves like this. Hello? The Dolphins did this offseason, and y'all still hating. You're still hating. I don't get it. I don't get it. Jets make these moves. They're a playoff team. They're absolutely amazing. Dolphins make these same moves. We still have Tua for our quarterback. We can't do nothing with him. Are y'all kidding me? I'm not giving credit till it's proven on the field, Steven. On the field. So stop, Steven. Fair, Andres. Andres, you know what, though? I can live with that argument. I don't have that's not what you just said is not a hater. That is not a hating comment. That is a comment of, I need to see it. I agree. I have no problem with that take, Andres. None. What I will say is, what I do have a problem with is some people who might have the take or the thought process. And this, it's not that I have a problem with them. I totally disagree with it, right? Is, oh my God, this is a bunch of bench warmers. Oh, all these guys are scrubs. Oh man, we haven't done anything this offseason. What else do you want the man to do? That I'm going to argue with you on. I won't argue with Andres here. I have no problem with that quote. Show me. Let's become part of the new show me state, okay? I get it. I can deal with that, Andres. And got no beef with you there, brother. None. But what I will say is I think that this man, Chris Grier, GM of the offseason as far as I'm concerned, has done everything in his power to make this team better. Steven, if you had someone who hit you every day and promised not to do it again, why would you trust them again? I mean, you hit me all the time, Roach. I'm a beaten man. I'm a Dolphins fan. That's what we do. Are you kidding me, Roach? Brief, Steven, we're the worst fan base in the league. I disagree with that, Rashad. We're not. We're not. To be fair, Level 2 Noob said the biggest question is still the most important position. Going to be the doubt until we're on the field proving it. Fair. Fair argument. Steven, did you just say Teddy Two Gloves is taking us to the playoffs, Green Rat? I did not say that, bro. I did not say that. I agree, Steven. It's Tua time, and I believe he'll take a small step, and that's enough to get us to the AFC chip. Tua will look similar to Jimmy G. I said a couple weeks ago, I said Jimmy G got to a Super Bowl. Why can't Tua get us there? This roster, let me tell you something. Let's parlay that. This roster is better than San Francisco's roster that went to the Super Bowl. Agree or disagree? Put it in the chat. This roster is better than the San Francisco one that went to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. I believe it's a better roster. Lance McDonald said we could make the playoffs with Skyler with his team, with this team. So Tua's better get us there. I get what you're saying. Hell no, we are loaded. I am so happy to watch what we do. The Dolphins made great moves, but we still have a quarterback. With questions, and you know that, and you will not come to terms with that. I will. Are you saying I won't come to terms with that, Richard? Yeah, I agree. He has questions. I also agree he's going to make a step up from year 2 to year 3. There is a saying in football: sophomore slumps. Right? You always get that. Oh, this quarterback's going to have a sophomore slump. We're in our 3rd year now, gentlemen, ladies. We're in our 3rd year. And what you normally see is a quarterback take a jump from year 2 to year 3. Tua will do that this year, even if it's a small one. Even if it's a small jump, understand that it will be an improvement on which we have previously seen, and it will be like it's not going to take much with this roster to put us in a position to win. Hey, Steven, when they jump on the bus, don't take their tickets. Fins up. Steven, it's about his core. Tua and his core and his quarterback. Remember what I said. If you have a solid core equals solid wins, mark my words. Okay? Our second stringers can start on any team. Yep. Tua needs to take 3 giant steps forward in his development in order to catch up with his draft. All right, D-Dub, let me tell you a problem with that statement, D-Dub. Here's a problem with that statement. Tua doesn't have to be better than Justin Herbert. He doesn't have to be better than Joe Burrow. Tua has to be better than what he's been the first 2 years. He has to be better than what he's been the first 2 years. Tua does not have to catch up with his drafted comrades. He doesn't have to do that. Not at all. He has to be better than what he's been the last 2 years. And as long as he's better than his first 2 years, Dolphins are going to be a much improved team than what they were last year. Much improved. And by the way, I even said this last week. His numbers don't have to be that much better than what they were. Depending on what type of offense we run, by the way. I said that part I'm still unsure and I need to see. Okay? Steven, you are the problem. I'm the problem, Richard? Let me take a sip of my water. Let me pour some more water. You said I'm the problem? Pour some more water here. Hold on. Hold up. I'm the problem? Okay. All right, Richard, let me read your comment, Richard. Steve, you are the problem. Nobody is saying that Tua is not going to make it, but there is a big question. And when you bring up that question, you call the hater. Okay, I think I kind of get what you're saying. You're saying to me that when somebody questions Tua that they're called a hater. I don't say that. I don't. I don't. I say this. I say that if you're not willing to give this, everybody says, well, we need to see. Well, why isn't that people that are critical of Tua aren't saying that as well? If you're critical of Tua, why don't you come out and say, hey, look, you know what? Tua hasn't done great the first 2 years. I have my doubts, but you know what? With this roster, I agree. I'm interested to see what he's going to do. I think that's a fair assessment to say. I think that's a fair assessment to say. I don't think that they're necessarily haters. You literally said it during the show. Okay. I apologize if that's how it was said or how it was taken out. What I meant to say. Okay. Remember, I'm a flip-flopper. I can flip-flop. Okay. What I meant to say is, I believe that if you can be critical of Tua without putting him down. I have question marks about Tua as well. I do. But I also believe that I think that he is going to take a jump from year 2 to year 3. I do believe that. Stephen, you say it every show. Matter of fact, all these two in here say the same thing, though. Stephen, you go. I personally believe I've said the same thing over and over again. If you're critical of Tua, I don't blame you. I'm not going to argue with you. I can take that argument. I feel like I said that the whole show. I can deal with the argument of Tua. I get it. But can you also take into account, too, critical people of Tua? I'm not calling you a hater. Critical people of Tua. That this roster is absolutely amazing and that Tua doesn't have to take huge steps in order to make this a better team than what it was last year. Notice I didn't say playoff contender or Super Bowl contender. I just said a better team than what it was last year. And a better team than what we were last year is a playoff team. Didn't say a contending team, but a playoff team. I personally think we will be a contending team, but that's my opinion. I'm reading your comments. I'm trying to read your comments here. I can't. I got to go all down. If I missed your comment, I'm sorry. I couldn't keep up because they were just popping up. Tua is limited, and he's limiting the offense, Steven. Why don't you Tuaneers understand you got to go to Houston Texans already? What are you talking about, Pete? I need to see Tua make plays on second and third downs more manageable. His decision-making needs to improve. The play calling needs to be better. The run game needs to be better. Tua has to do more. Tua has to do more about the run game? How's that on Tua? D-Dub, he's had 4 offensive coordinators in 3 years. Not including probably the 2 he had in his last 2 years at college. I think he had 3 offensive coordinators in 4 years in Alabama. At least 2. So that means he's had 7 years and 8 years of football. 7 years of football. In 7 years of football, he's had 7 offensive coordinators, I believe. Okay. All right. And he's learning a new playbook this year, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. But he has some of the best people in the world surrounding him at certain positions. Steven, I'm going to play this dumb game. So if the Dolphins make the playoffs and the Chargers don't, would that mean that Herbert has to catch up to Tua? Right? I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that comment. I'm not going to say anything because I'll be labeled as a Tua hater. And we don't want that. Clifty, in what decade do we get a franchise quarterback? Maybe we have one. There is no evidence that he will get any better, and feelings aren't facts. I could feel that it's not going to rain for the next 365 days, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. There's no evidence that he will not get any. There's no evidence that he will not get any better. Exhibit A, offensive line got significantly better. That should allow him to be more comfortable in the pocket. That's evidence. Exhibit B, Tyreek Hill has been added to the roster, which now allows for a more open field for people like Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki, and insert any 3rd and 4th string wide receiver you choose to name. There's two right there. Hey, Exhibit C. Oh, this is great. Exhibit C, Mike McDaniel, offensive guru. There's no evidence, though. There's none, Richard. No evidence at all. None. I agree with you. No evidence. None. I love how all the Tua haters believe that they are the smartest. Love that what Tua supporters don't understand comments. By the way, so far, yeah. Let's see here. What else we got up in here? Because y'all are funny. Hit the like button, donate to the channel, help the channel grow. Remember, every $5 donation that you donate to the channel, you'll be entered to win a Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain autographed mini helmet, courtesy of ZSM Sports. We'll give that away on Friday. Okay. What else y'all got here? Exhibit A. Tennessee could have gone to the playoffs last year had he laid a big egg. What? Come on, Richard. Come on. Actually, Stephen D., actually what you said actually still doesn't provide evidence that Tua will get better. You're right. I'm wrong, guys. You're right. You're right. He didn't improve from year 1 and year 2. He didn't improve at all. He didn't. You're right. I'm just going to agree with you guys now. Just going to agree. I counted your Exhibit A by saying Miami is an injury or two away from having last year's O-line, Stephen D. That's sustained. I get it. Just going to agree with y'all. Because there's no way to possibly win this argument with you guys. None. Cliff D, McDaniel equals Philbin. Are you kidding me? McDaniel equals Philbin? Cliff. Come on, Cliff. Cliff, I'm about to tell you to go have a Cliff bar. Okay? Are you kidding me? Philbin was the worst. The worst. McDaniel's not the worst. Philbin, great O-line coach, horrible head coach. By the way, we still had a trash O-line when he was here as the head coach. Stephen, do you mention pieces? Okay. I think I already said that. You mentioned pieces around him getting better, so you're saying that there were issues? You can't get everything around him better, but he himself have to be better, not just the pieces. What do you want from the man? What do you want from Tua? What? I'm serious. I'm serious, guys. I'm so serious. I heard already what D-Dub said, which I think is crazy. Tua's inability to read the defense kills the O-line. It's Tua's fault that the O-line has been crappy. That's what I just heard, Cliff. It's Tua's fault that the offensive line sucks. That's what I just heard from you with that comment. Technically, Philbin is currently better. We don't know what McDaniel is as a head coach. Just saying. Cliff has a point. Does he though? Steven, you forget a real quarterback coach with great experience. I can't. I can't, y'all. I want 70,000 yards and 140 touchdowns. Until then, he's a bust. Shout out to Level 2 Noob for the new comment of the day. Because that's what y'all sound like. You know, it's funny because I hate the Tua near, Tua on, Tua hater, Tua. I really don't like that discussion per se, but I think it's okay to be critical of somebody. But when somebody makes the comment to me that there is no evidence to support that Tua is going to get better this year, what? That just doesn't make sense to me. For him to be better, not just just the parts around. Cleveland Browns had a solid team around Baker, but he didn't get any better. And what did the Browns get? I don't understand it. Ian Baller says it's like talking to a wall with these people. Everything is Tua's fault, apparently. And you can't tell them otherwise. That much, I don't think you can tell them otherwise. 140 touchdowns. How low can your expectations be? I want 420 passing touchdowns next year. I see what you did there. 420. Tua should do better. Now let's see what happens. I mean, to say that there's no evidence to support that Tua won't get better next year. Explain that comment to me. Steven, no one wants to be a Tua near. They just are. And I'm sorry to say that you are currently on that side, in my opinion. but I love you, and it is my personal goal to bring you back to the lights. I hope that, you know what I hope? I hope, you know what? And I'm going to call you out, Roach. The fact that you want to make it your personal goal to bring me back to the light, does that mean you don't want the Dolphins to win? Because it sounds like you want to be more right than you want the Dolphins to win. I'm going to call you out, Roach. That's what that sounds like, making a statement like that. Hey, Vlad, who's a Buffalo Bills fan. Josh Allen had a pretty crappy first 2 years, right? And the moment that Stephon Diggs came there in year 3, he had a breakout season, didn't he, Vlad? Now, I'm not saying that Tua's going to be Josh Allen, but he made a huge jump from year 2 to year 3, didn't he? Just saying. I think Tua's going to make a big jump. All right. It's Monday. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring y'all on. One at a time. I don't think I'm going to do a big panel this morning because I'm not going to get into this craziness with y'all. But I'll argue with y'all back and forth this morning. I'm going to save the big panel for Wednesday. Maybe a mini one in the afternoon tomorrow, but what I'm not going to do is argue with y'all as a group so y'all can gang up on me. Maybe I'll bring in 2 or 3. I'll do a mini panel, 2 or 3. I'll do 2 or 3 at the same time and rotate y'all around. Okay? What do you want? What do you want, Roach?
What's up, man?
No, don't what's up me. You over here calling me out in the chat.
So
what's up with you?
What you want me to explain the chat?
Go ahead, sir. I'm ready for it.
So what it means is when I bring you back to the light, you will still be a Dolphin fan. And whether Tua does good or Tua does bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll be critical, you'll be able to see the truth and here's the thing. If Tua stays with the Dolphins and wins Super Bowls, doesn't even have to win a Super Bowl. If he just does what Dan Marino did, right?
Don't compare him to Dan Marino. Don't do that, Roach.
And then retires as a Dolphin. I will buy another Tua jersey and I'll wear it and I'll put it right next to a Marino jersey. I don't like the I can't say that word. How do you say it?
I don't know. What are you trying to say?
Like, I don't want to knight somebody before.
Christen.
Yes. I don't want to do that until his career is done. I can look at the whole career with objectivity and be like, that's all.
Hello, Drew.
Good morning.
No comeback?
No, I not yet. I'm going to save it. I'm going to see what Drew has to say first,
okay,
and then I'm going to come back to you.
You already know what I'm going to say.
Go ahead. Say it.
All these haters.
Tell them. Tell them, Drew.
Look, this is the problem. There's I think 90% of the fan base is pretty rational with what they think about Tua. They don't like what they've seen so far, but they understand that there was a lot of things out of his control since he came to this team, and this is his year to prove that he can be that guy, right? But then you have these whack jobs all the way on one side who say that they already know he's a bust, right? He's trash, he's garbage, he can't read defenses, yada yada yada. And then you have the whack jobs all the way on the other side.
You can't read.
So let me interrupt. Let me play devil's advocate here, since everybody says I'm a 2 in ear. Okay, which I'm obviously am, because if everybody says it, it must be true. Let me play devil's advocate here, Drew. Tua cannot read defenses, right? I think he struggles with that. That's a factual statement, correct?
Doesn't make you a hater to think that.
That's a factual statement. Okay? He struggles. And you know what? What I'll say is he can't. I won't say he can't read defenses. I'll say he struggles reading defenses.
See, that's the difference. There's the differentiator, right? Struggling to do something and not being able to do something are two different things.
And I don't think he cannot not learn it. I think he can learn to do it.
Sure.
But my question is, how do you get to this point in your career, into your second year in the NFL, and you're still struggling with stuff that they teach in high school?
Poor coaching.
But he was under Nick Saban. Like,
No, I mean, but look, college defenses and NFL defenses are not the same
Totally
thing.
two different
When you
things.
get
Even
to
in the
NFL,
SEC.
there's a whole other learning
but
curve that you
people
have to
say
go
he has
through.
to be taught how to read film and watch film, and like you're telling me in his whole time in Alabama, he didn't watch film and learn film. Like it's like he gets the NFL and they're like, okay, he's new in the NFL, let's give him a break. It's like, no, he's a pro football player. He's the top in the country in college, and they act like his football knowledge starts at zero when he gets in the NFL.
I think
I don't think it starts at zero.
I don't think it starts at zero. I agree. But I get your point, Roach. The fan base looks at it that way, right? The fan base says, well, if he can't do it, he obviously just, he can't do it. And this the other thing too. One side says excuses, the other calls it context. You're right, Green Rat. That's exactly what it is. But the reality is, not everybody's out here like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady or Deshaun Watson, right? They are a select handful of people that can seriously sit on a field. And by the way, these guys have been doing it for years. We're asking a guy we're asking a guy who's in year 3,
right?
With not to mention his second head coach and his 4th offensive coordinator in 3 years. So, you're asking a guy to do something when there's
3 of them work together. But
okay, but you're asking a guy that doesn't matter. That's
well,
not
you're acting
true
like
either.
it's 3. You're acting like the 2 we had last year. That's one offensive coordinator. It's not 2 different coordinators. You can't count those as 2 different coordinators.
Was not one? Was one of them not? Was Roach?
Did they each have their own playbook that they went to? No, it was the same playbook.
That's not true. One was a passing game coordinator and one was a run game coordinator.
But it's out of the same playbook. It's not a 2. They don't have 2 different playbooks.
Neither here or there. The point I'm trying to make is, but then what are we going to say about year 1? What's his face? Who was the offensive coordinator in year 1? Drew Changaley. Changaley had a totally different playbook than who was our second year coordinator?
What do you mean? You saying he had a different one for like Fitz and for Tua?
Yeah.
Because he didn't know the playbook, so he had to dumb it down. He said it himself. I didn't make that up. That's what he said.
I understand that, but y'all want
that's a look. The whole
he still had to learn another one, and he's learning a totally different one this year.
It's such a whack thing. I will present to you Exhibit A.
But what's the common denominator?
Holland, who just said a couple weeks ago that he had no idea what he was doing his rookie year, that he was doing his best. Every rookie quarterback, every NFL player, rookie is running by the. But
you know the difference is? You know what the difference is?
Seat of their pants.
His ability on the field
he's a defensive player.
Right. But his ability on the field made up for him struggling with that aspect.
Roach,
how am I wrong?
Because he was playing with the best secondary in the NFL.
So you're telling me he wasn't one of the best rookies drafted? He didn't.
Roach, I said he was the best defensive player drafted in the last year's draft, didn't I? I said that.
Right, but then you're saying he doesn't know it, and that's the same as Tua. Well, the difference is he performed better than Tua.
Listen to me. 2 things here, Roach. Number 1, I said hands down Javon Holland's best defensive player that was drafted in last year's draft. That includes Micah Parsons, I might add. Want to throw that in there, okay? I think Javon Holland was the best defensive player drafted in last year's draft. Now, with that being said, he also played in the best secondary in the entire NFL. So if he had mistakes, it's easier for people that are in there to help cover up those mistakes. He has
to minimize those mistakes.
To minimize those rookie mistakes, okay?
Okay.
And on top of that, he's playing a particular position where the defense is not predicated on its entire success or a majority of its success based on what the safety does. Whereas Tua, the quarterback, does. Now, people are going to say, well, that's all more the reason Tua should be better. But the reality is what you said. If the best defensive player in the draft did not know the playbook and struggled last year with it, what is that like? And he's the best. And he proved it on the field.
All I know is that defensive coordinator is still here from that team, right? So he's under one defensive coordinator, so that's a good for him. But
that's an argument for my book. He has consistency.
So Well, he has to play the next season first for that consistency.
fine.
But the with the quarterback comparison to that, you have Tua sitting there. He's a common denominator between all these coaches. And I want Tua to do good. I want him to take us to playoffs. I want to buy a Tua jersey 10 years from now and be like, he was our greatest quarterback of all time for the Dolphins. I want that to be true. But I ain't going to crown the guy before he gets there.
Nobody's crowning him.
I'm not saying you two are.
Yeah.
There are people.
There are whack. That's what goes back to my whole whack job thing. I think you and I agree on everything already. We agree. I don't know my whole.
You just have more faith in them than I have. That's the only difference.
I don't have any faith. All I'm saying is
you don't have any faith.
I don't know. I don't
record
know.
that. Record that.
I don't know either. I think that's what
y'all need to put that. Drew Patron has no faith in Tua Tagovailoa.
I have zero faith. It has nothing to do with faith. It's just knowledge. I don't know what Tua can be. Just like, again, we could talk about Josh Allen. We could talk about Patrick Mahomes, who had years to sit on a bench because he wasn't good enough to usurp Alex Smith. Okay? Mm-hmm. These are just – not every quarterback comes into the league and does what Justin Herbert does.
Right.
Period. But also, Justin Herbert has different things to work with. Where you end up is a big determining factor of how successful you can be. Some people are just crazy good, and they could be in a really bad situation and be amazing.
Yeah, you know, I found in my personal life that the people who are just good, they tend to shine even when they're not in a good situation, right? Yeah. And so it's like I can
Matt
see
Stafford.
Yeah, perfect example is Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford wasn't very good in Detroit.
That's a lie. Matt Stafford was great in Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit just sucked.
Matt Stafford, I saw really good things from Matt Stafford, but this is an argument I have every day on Twitch because people will tell me that Matt Stafford has never been an elite quarterback. And I disagree completely. I agree with you. I think Matt Stafford was elite when he was in Detroit. He was on a really terrible team that made him look way worse than he actually was.
Right.
But now that he's on a really good team, people are now making the argument that, well, he only looks good because he's on a really good team. So
but don't you think
lose?
True, Drew, but Steven already want to give them credit without proving it on the field first. Hello.
No, he's not giving credit. He's making inferences based upon what
I'm giving him credit for what? I'm saying I firmly believe that this team will make the playoffs next year based on the decisions in the roster of this offseason and how the GM's done. I have also said that I think our GM has done the best job this offseason of any other GM in the NFL. Anything else I have not said.
It's just making inferences based on what we see. That's all it is. But this is the problem. The fan base has become so polarized that you can't just make an inference. It's like if you say the team is going to be good, then you're saying, well, you're giving them credit for doing things that haven't even. It's the off season, guys. We're just talking. We're making inferences. If you ask 99% of people today, is this team better than it was last year? I think 99% of people will say yes. It's a better team. Okay, so that are we one game better, 2 games better? Because 1 game better, we're a playoff team. 2 games better, and we're probably like a contender for the AFC Championship.
Filthy Cat said only another 3 months of Tua talk. That depends on how it goes the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's again, it all goes back to this fanatical. I have this talk. I don't want to get into politics, but there's a lot going on in the political world, and there's a lot of people in the world that are scared for rights, things like that. I'm not getting into it, but the problem is not the reality is that things aren't really that crazy, but it's the crazy people on either side.
It's the extreme.
That scream the loudest.
Yep, it's the extremists who have these big voices who want to
scream the loudest.
I don't disagree with you. I think a majority of people are in the middle and are, hey, look, things will work itself out the way that it's supposed to.
Right.
And if they don't, then you fix it.
Exactly. Let me bring in Alexander for a second.
Don't bring in Alexander.
I'm going to bring in Mr. Tuanier here in a minute.
My favorite Knicks fan.
He's going to rile it up. Hey, Roach, I'm working on your thing, by the way.
Thank you. You should show it.
You're not working on my thing?
He's making a logo.
Listen, we got to talk.
You're making... Whoa, Drew, I feel some type of way, Drew.
No.
Actually,
no.
I sent him files, and I was like, hey, can you just twist this a little bit? And
he sent me one thing to do a little twisty thing, okay?
That I can't do with my program.
It's a different thingy, okay? I still got you.
I guess I'm not your favorite anymore. I get it. I get it. I understand it. I understand it, Drew. I thought we were boys, Drew.
Look at this. Tua haters and Tua lovers coming together.
I thought we were beard brothers. But apparently that doesn't mean nothing to you. Drew.
Look, I trimmed mine so it's a little bit shorter. So maybe I'm a little bit closer to Roach now.
So
no, actually just closer to yours.
Is it weird that we're talking about professional athletes, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking about professional coaches. And in most professional fields, it's a team atmosphere in most jobs, right? But you kind of get held to your responsibility at your position at that employer or position on a team. And I honestly feel like other people are being held responsible for Tua's performance and lack of performance. It's never like they never like really go at him unless.
Okay, all right. So
you know what I mean? Like
I'm going to interrupt. I'm going to stop you for a
where's
second.
his responsibility?
I'm going to stop you. Everybody, that's the argument that Tua haters always want to say. All y'all want to bring up excuses for Tua on why Tua hasn't done X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Okay. The reality is Tua is not a bad quarterback. He has done well in this league so far. He's not done great. I don't know if he can get us to the promised land, but I believe that this roster alone is good enough to win a playoff game.
I agree with that.
No matter who really, as long as the quarterback's somewhat competent, which Tua obviously is.
Well,
so I have a problem with what you're saying because then you're like, I think there are realities to every situation that you can put into context of this is true. He has had multiple offensive coordinators, right? He has not had an offensive line that has been very less. It was ranked the worst offensive line in football last year. I don't know what else to tell you. So I mean, if those two things alone aren't an excuse for somebody being somewhat or semi-successful rather than being average or mediocre,
so
I don't know what to tell you.
Do you think if you took one of the top quarterbacks in the league, like that can read defenses and assign blockers and all that, do you think they would have done a better job?
So it's a good. No.
There's control at the line ability.
Fair question, Roach. And here's what I'll say to you. So the question was when the Deshaun Watson talk was here, was would Deshaun take out? Shout out to Drew's wife who just published a book. Go get it, Lola the Spanish Knight.
Oh, thanks, Level 2 Noob. Appreciate you, dude.
Guys, go check out. Hey, give us a link to the book, and we'll put it in the chat.
I appreciate. I'll do that.
And tell your wife that we shouted her out.
She'll be very happy.
Here's
I'm going to put it in the private chat.
Here's the thing for you, man, Roach, and then I got to bring Alexander on. I think that what was your previous question? Just repeat your question again.
So basically, would one of the top take like a Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, any of them?
Yes.
Just their ability to control the line. Do you think it would be a different situation, or would the line perform just as bad?
The conversation when the Deshaun Watson talk was big was, well, Deshaun, like, remember that press conference that Deshaun broke down that defense and was it was the thing that TD played for me. And it changed my opinion of, well, if you have a chance to go get Deshaun, you should go get him. Now, this is before the whole mess and saga went out, right? I was like, oh, yeah, you definitely go get him. But even with all that being said, I do think Deshaun was on a bad team and went 4-12, and it didn't look like it helped them much, right? I think that the team that we had last year, Deshaun would have made us a playoff contending team. I really believe that, okay? I think he would have won us an extra 3 or 4 games on last year's team.
Right. I agree with that. And it's
But
more than his line of control. It's
okay, but
everything.
let me take this into context too. Okay. I don't think that Tua I think that Deshaun's an exception to the rule. Do you understand that? He's an elite quarterback. And the odds of you having a chance to go out in an elite quarterback are slim to none. And when those odds, by the way, have off the field issues, I understand the Dolphins' hesitancy of not pulling the trigger there. Now, there's going to be some fans that'll say, hey, I think the Dolphins shouldn't worry about off the field stuff and just focus on the field stuff. That's fair. I get it. I understand it. There's domestic violence people that are in the NFL currently right now. There are drug dealers. There are plenty of horrible things that people have done. And I'm not here to get into all that. What I'm saying is I can understand the argument for people that wanted Deshaun here, and I can understand the argument for people that didn't. But for as far as your question is concerned, an elite quarterback, yes, would have made a difference. But I think he was like, I personally, I think Russell's on the downside of his career, and I think we would have had to give up a fortune to go get Russell.
Right. I wouldn't want him.
Yeah. So, but I only think he was the other, besides Aaron and I would have done it for Aaron, maybe. I would have done it for Aaron. Aaron's coming off an MVP year. But those are the only three people. And Green Bay didn't get rid of him. Russell wasn't worth it. And Deshaun had off the field issues. So I truly believe your best option, in my opinion, was Tua. And again, I'll even go as far to say I don't think that either one of those three were their main person they wanted. I think they wanted Brady. And that did not work out.
I didn't want that anyway.
But that's fine. That's neither here or there. That's not even the argument.
Yeah, I know.
You know? All right, let me bring in Alexander. What's up, Alexander?
Alexander's going to go off.
Take yourself off.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today?
What's up, buddy?
Pretty good, buddy.
How's
Alex,
you guys doing?
make it to Texas?
Yeah, I made the move to Texas. I'm already here. Enjoying it right now. Something new, brand new. Here. Shout out to Jose Valdez for the Rangers last night. You know, they moved on the games in an OT winner. I told Jose Valdez they got a good team, but they're young. But I didn't think they were going to get past Pittsburgh but of course they had the third string quarterback, the third string goaltender, and they were without Crosby for a couple games. So and Malkin didn't even show up, but that was besides the point.
I'll be honest.
Shout out to them for winning.
I think who they play in this coming up series.
Yeah, but now they play Carolina.
Yeah, they're going to get killed by Carolina. They're going to get killed.
But, I think so too.
I will. I will root for them. Hey, put your you got background noise. Put it on mute or
that's
turn it down.
Isabel, lower that, please. Lower that, Isabel. Sorry, my daughter was watching TV.
No, that's okay.
But you know, a lot.
Is she watching Tua highlights?
No, she's watching Friday Night.
She's watching Tua highlights. All right, get to the Tua talk, Alexander. What's your thoughts, man?
You know, a lot of people say that Tua did not improve, and is not look like the quarterback that he is, and also is that I want to bring up Baltimore for a situation here. When Lamar Jackson was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens and he took over for Joe Flacco, they built around a quarterback like Lamar and build the team to his strengths, which is what, running the ball. So they looked like a genius right there. And somebody else that mentioned this in the chat, what I'm about to say is, and then all of a sudden we look like idiots because we're building around Tua because they don't think Tua is capable of handling the team, and also that he doesn't know the playbook. Last I checked, Tom Brady said he didn't know the playbook when he came to Tampa Bay. Okay. It took him a while to catch up to that playbook. So Brady doesn't get criticized for that, but Tua does, And
to your argument, Brady has 7 Super Bowl rings.
Well, that's besides the point. That's besides the point. It doesn't matter. Take away the Super Bowl rings and what?
People aren't going to agree with you on that. I get your point, but people are going to be like,
no, we're talking about the season that Tom Brady won the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, his first year he came in. His first year he came in Tampa Bay.
He won the Super Bowl though.
at
He
all.
won the
Won the
Super Bowl,
Super Bowl.
but you're trying to say he came in and we're
I don't
treating
get
him
your. I don't understand your argument, Alex.
No, when it's normal for a quarterback to say that he doesn't know the playbook, especially when he's coming into the league or he's coming to a new team. It's
Right.
normal for that to
But
happen.
the difference is
It's normal
Brady
to
said
catch
that at
on
the
to it.
beginning of the season and caught on. We heard
So
from
did
Tua at
Tua.
the end of the year that he didn't know the playbook.
Well, to Alex's defense, Drew Bledsoe was the quarterback of that team, right? And Bledsoe was the one that team was already tailor-made for a Super Bowl run.
But he said Tampa Bay, not New England.
No, he's talking about
Their
that
defense was really good.
He's talking about that first year in New England, right? Or are you talking about that first year in
He said
Tampa?
Talking
Tampa
about
Bay.
the first year in Tampa.
Oh my God, dude! No, I can't. I'm trying to help you. I can't do it.
They won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl because that team, everybody and their brother came to Tampa to win a Super Bowl. You know how many 1-year deals that they got?
Yeah, and he put in the work.
All right,
I mean,
all right.
yeah,
I
he's
get you.
the
I
GOAT.
get you on that. Okay.
I can't take that.
I get you.
Alexander, I tried to help you.
But
I can't
another,
do it.
I understand. But another thing is this: where did this whole noodle arm come into effect here?
Because
with Tua.
because
Tua does not have a noodle arm.
Hold on. I'm playing devil's advocate here with you, dude. Number one, how many passes does he have over 20 yards in his career? We can count them on two hands, right? Not a lot. Not a lot.
I agree.
Okay. And how of the passes he has attempted to throw over 20 yards, how many of them have been misses? A lot. Okay. Let's call a spade a spade. And when we see visual evidence,
A lot of it has to do with drops too.
That I didn't say anything about drops. I just said a lot of them have not been on the money. Okay. And the other one, again, see, I want you all to know.
I'm impressed right now,
Mr.
Steven.
Two-and-ear here. Y'all said I'm a two-and-ear. I'm being critical here. Okay. Here's the other thing. Anytime there's visual evidence of Tua, it seems to be underthrown. Now that I said that, the video did not help him this year. The Dolphins media team did him no favors this offseason. None. And it was
Oh my God! It's a freaking training camp.
Alexander, I agree with you, sir. I agree with you. It's a stupid training camp video. It's dumb.
Maybe Tua's trolling us all with his crappy throw. See, I almost swore. I changed it to crappy.
Well,
and so
I appreciate it. Good job.
Maybe he's the super troll, and all this is just to get us upset, and that's it.
But look, like it's the comments like Cliff D just made. Tua doesn't have the smarts to be a QB. Like what?
That I have a problem with that statement.
Where does that kind of comment
Well,
even come
I
from?
think
like,
so. I think
like that, just you don't like the guy.
I think what he's saying is that what I was saying earlier, how this dude came all these pros have been in football their whole life, learning football, going to college, going to the best coaches at college, who some of them used to be pro coaches, by the way, and then going on to the pros, and then we give them excuses like, oh, well, they're new, they don't know. Like, they've been doing this their whole life. They know.
I know.
They know what it takes to succeed and what they
Tua
need to do.
was not brought in. He was brought in a. He was not brought in an ideal situation like all these other quarterbacks were.
We need Shane Falco.
Everybody needs to understand that.
So you're saying if we would have got Burrow or Herbert, they would do just as bad?
If Herbert was here,
I
he
think
would not
they
be as
probably
good.
would not have.
Or Burrow was here, would not be that good.
I don't think they would have been as good in Miami.
Yeah. All right, Alexander. Alexander.
These again. I think somebody said it. It was really good that when we talk about certain things, the people that don't like Tua call them excuses, when in reality it's context. Okay. The other things you have to keep in mind is he came in with a season-ending hip injury that was not fully healed, that he was rehabbing while he was learning the playbook, while he was developing his rookie season, and then they threw him in early. And we can thank Mr. Ross and Mr. Greer for that one.
All right, Alexander, I'm going to put you into the back room because I only want to keep about 4 people on the panel today, but I might bring you back in. All right, man.
No problem.
All right, let me bring in Von Joe. What's up, Von Joe?
There's my dude. There's my dude.
Are you sleeping? Did we wake you, Von Joe?
He had a dream that Tua was
let
good.
me fix myself here. Okay.
Can you turn your camera your phone sideways so we can get the whole screen?
Oh, sorry about that, Stephen.
There we go.
Yeah.
Were you being put to
Yeah.
sleep? Were we putting you to sleep, sir?
This Tua debate. I mean, it gets to me sometimes. Sometimes not off. You know.
Yeah,
How does this entire
why?
panel let Steven say Tua can't throw past 20 yards?
So
I never said that.
You never said.
So let me.
Hold on, Bonjo. Hey, Drew, help me, please, Drew. Did I say that?
There's no help.
There needs to be context in that statement. Accurately past 20 yards.
I never said that. I clearly was making a point.
Or with power past 20 yards.
Stephen.
Or with a zip at past 20
yards. I can't, Bonjo. I do this every morning. I can't do it.
I don't know why you keep doing this, but let me go ahead and.
Didn't we sign somebody new? Didn't we? Don't we got a new teammate?
Yeah, Ingram.
Maybe.
And he got now, but hold on.
We signed
we on this. Hold on. So hold on. Since we on this, because you, Drew, and you, Stephen, you guys bother me with your statement.
Okay. So, go ahead.
Not me. I'm good.
Let me get on my milk crate here for a second, okay?
Don't fall off your milk crate. Please don't do that.
Oh, my soapbox. There it is. Soapbox is better. It's more sturdier. Let me get on my soapbox here. All right, so nobody is saying.
What is a soapbox?
I don't know, but apparently
back
in the day, yeah, and people stand on it.
They stood on to look over the podium because they were too short.
So where does the saying "get on your soapbox" come from?
Because you
short
used it to look over the podium.
Oh, okay. All right, I guess.
So let me get on my soapbox here for a second, okay?
Go ahead, Bonjo.
Now, nobody is saying that Tua doesn't have the. Okay, hold on. Let me get myself straight here because I know when you working with these Tua people and these Tua haters, you have to walk the line perfectly before they take your narratives. I'm not flip flopping because I always hold this stand because I get
don't
annoyed.
Say something you didn't say.
They'll
tell
annoyed.
you said. They'll say you said Tua can't throw past 20 yards.
Don't say that Brady didn't know the playbook and then won the Super Bowl. Don't
listen,
say that.
I can't help people that can't comprehend. Now, Steven, Tua actually has to be better, right? He can't stand pat because for you to say that Tua doesn't have to, he doesn't have to be better is blasphemous, right?
Did I say that? Is that what I said?
You said
what
that.
Did I say?
You said Tua's going to be better based just because, and you started naming pieces that he has around him.
I said
now Tua could have
no. Don't get this. No, Vonjo. Yes, don't. You're going to change the narrative. Steven said that Tua doesn't have to be better. I said that Tua doesn't have. The statement was said in the chat that Tua has to be. D-Dub said that Tua had to be great. He had to take 3 huge steps up. And
to catch up to his counterparts.
Correct. And I said, Tua, in order for this team to go somewhere, Tua doesn't have to improve that much. He has to improve, but it doesn't have to be a big step. He doesn't have to change too much of what he's done the last couple of seasons. He doesn't.
So that's in that argument, right? You're saying that, okay, he takes a small step, he improves.
By the way, I think he's going to take a huge step. I think he's going to take a huge step.
You can have that argument.
I hope he does.
I hope so too, because we need him to take a huge step, right, to control this beast of the offense that we have. Because here's the thing, here's where the argument is. Tua's numbers are going to be better based off what you put around him.
Yep, 100%.
But that doesn't mean he's better. I.e., you have who did I say? Baker, because I hate Baker. Baker, he had great numbers, but he didn't get better. His numbers got better from when Cleveland Browns kept building around him, but was he better? He didn't get better, right?
Okay.
Now, so you could, and the argument that you guys were having back and forth about, he was on a bad team and he didn't show. Again, you had that Stafford argument was actually going against you and Drup's argument because at the end of the day, Stafford had great numbers, but the team around him was trash. But at the same time, nobody said that Stafford was trash, right? Everybody kept saying that.
Wrong.
Who said Stafford was trash? Who?
I've never said
Come on my
Stafford was trash.
Come on my TikTok. Come on my Twitter.
Twitter is full of a whole bunch of Muppets. All right.
These are the
Cookie Monster.
But Von Joe, this is the thing. You and I are not very far off in what we think.
But
it's
don't tell me to come on Twitter to argue with Muppets. I am not arguing with a Muppet.
It's the crazy people that the real Tua haters, right? That think
somebody that have a hand up their arse. I'm not going to argue with them.
There's some of those people in the comments this morning.
Because that's
Von Joe. You might remember it was about a month ago that we were on a panel together. And we were talking, and they thought you were a Tua near the way that you were talking. These are the crazy people that we're dealing with every day in the company. When everybody was like, "Oh, you and Drew, you're the same person. You guys are Tua nears." They thought you were a Tua near. These are the crazy people.
I'm flabbergasted if anybody said that.
Baker has won a playoff game, Vlad. That is true. He has.
He has, but again,
so did Tim Tebow.
Don't you dare Don't you dare talk about Jesus in cleats. Oh, that's Sesame Street. You're right.
That is wild.
You're right, Corey. I'm sorry.
And the funny thing is, so when you have those type of arguments, you could be an elite quarterback. You could show traits on a bad team. Where people sat there and said, "Okay, if he just moves, he'll win a Super Bowl," and that's what happened.
Steven, you implied Teddy Two Gloves would play this year. Never said such a thing.
Watson was on a bad team, but he still had elite numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be a great quarterback, elite, and have elite numbers on a bad team.
Twitter will be coming for you, Von Joe.
Or you could be a Trent. You could be a Trent Dilfer on a crazy good defense.
Hey, let me bring in somebody else to this conversation real quick.
This is wild.
Let me bring in Todd. What's up, Todd?
What's going on, everyone?
I'm sure that you have a very interesting take. So I wanted to bring you on with Von Joe because I think you will bring a very interesting take.
All right, my pushback with you, Stephen D, is
what Todd? What's your pushback with me? What did
I will say this. Hey, Tua had one of the highest completion percentages on deep passes. He just didn't throw enough of them. Now, you got to look at it with how much time he had to throw. Do you really think he's going to be able to get the receivers to run on those deep routes on a regular basis?
That was not my argument, Todd. I agree with you.
No, but you said he missed a lot of them. No, he did not miss a lot of them. He did not. Look at the completion percentage.
Hey, just because it's a completion doesn't mean just because it's a completion doesn't mean that he threw an accurate ball. Just saying.
Oh my God! All right, now going by what you said, how would Herbert and Burrow do in our system? Mm-hmm. What did Herbert have at receiver?
What, Allen?
Two of them. And who was the other one?
I don't know. I know who you were talking about. I can't think of the name, but I know who you're talking about.
He had two pretty much all-pro receivers. He had Eckler, who had a career year rushing the ball.
Yep.
Burrow, what would Burrow be like if you took away T. Higgins and his other Boyd and just gave him Jamar Chase and no Joe Mixon?
Hey, Filthy Cat, man, if you got all the IQ, come up here and tell us your opinion, bro.
You got to look at it that way. They were stacked on the offensive side of the ball.
So you saying those two are trash?
Huh?
That's what it sounded like he said.
So are you saying that Joe Burrow? Are you just saying that Joe Burrow and Herbert are trash?
No, they were put in a good system though. They were also given the quarterback whisperer for Herbert his rookie year.
So are you saying that Tua would do just as good?
And
in their system? Are you saying
I'm at work also.
I think Tua would be a lot better in that system. A lot better. You gotta come on. You have two receivers that can get separation that are all pro
and legitimate running backs.
And who are having career years.
Can you all see this? I need to show you all this. This is pretty dope.
So it's really bright. You gotta turn your screen brightness down on your phone.
Here. Somebody's watching us on their TV this morning.
Hey.
That's pretty dope.
I'm creeped out.
Now, what happened when everybody was talking how good Herbert was his rookie year, and he came up against a real defense?
I mean,
But that's like saying, like, look at how good Buffalo was and they lost to the Jaguars. Like, it happens.
No. He got smoked by us and New England that year. They got literally beat down, kicked out the stadium. They were probably going to be walking home, okay? They got beat
that
down.
happens. That happens.
But I'm just saying, you got to look at it. The system is what made them. They were put
I don't
into
think it's the system
spots.
alone.
They were put into perfect spots. They were literally thrown into perfect situations.
I wouldn't call the Bengals a perfect situation, but I do think they're better situations than Miami was.
All right.
Offensively.
Hey, if you were to put the Bengals receivers and Miami's receivers, name your starting three. Waddle might be the only one who makes it. You're going to definitely put.
Well, before this year.
I'm saying before this year.
Okay.
Before this year.
Well, it would be Waddle,
T. Higgins, and Chase,
and Jamar Chase. You're right. But now
who would be your starting running? And who would be your starting running back? Joe Mixon. Who would have been your line from last year? You would have picked the Bengals line over our line.
Well,
you would have
they could at least run block. They could have
been the only offensive lineman that would have been a starter on the Bengals.
If you just took Waddle to the Bengals, how good would his season have been compared to Chase? With Burrow?
I don't know about that. They would have.
What do you mean? What? I'm thinking Waddle would take Chase as the best wide receiver on the team.
All right, Todd. I got people in the back room. Anything else you got for us, big guy?
Nope, that's it.
I love you, brother, man. I appreciate you.
You take care.
All right.
You dude.
Let me bring in Rashad. What's up, Rashad?
What's up, Steven? And what's going on with all this blasphemy that I'm hearing today?
What blasphemy? What's the blasphemy, Rashad?
Rashad, you got my back, dog. Go ahead. Take the floor.
We speaking
Rashad's
weapons.
My boy.
What happened to Brady in his last year in New England?
Don't worry, we'll wait.
What, you talk about the team getting gutted?
Yeah. Gutted. No weapons. Like Tua had. At least they had an offensive line in the run game.
Did they go?
The first round, right? Did they?
So they still made the playoffs.
Yeah, remember, we beat
with the GOAT. With the GOAT. Yeah,
you said
that's
what
you're saying.
He still made the playoffs with a gutted team. That's what happened.
I said what happened to Brady.
His last season, he threw for 4,000 yards. He threw for 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions.
You guys are not going to win this argument.
Rashad, I want you to have my back, but I don't like that argument, bro.
Listen to we're talking about
but you're not helping me, son.
We're talking about the GOAT, right? Are we not?
We're talking about the GOAT, yeah.
And compared to Tua, who's never had nothing a day in his life, it's a new league, and it's coming in hot and fast.
He's coming in hot.
All these changes every offseason. 2 different playbooks he has to learn. He has to learn a RPO playbook and the playbook that Fitz is running, because Fitz wasn't running an RPO. And this is the argument that we have for a rookie second-year quarterback. We're supposed to make the playoffs. We're supposed to win the Super Bowl with an injured Devontae Parker, an injured Preston Williams. Our go-to receiver is a quarterback, and we have him playing receiver. This is what we had to deal with his rookie year. We had the worst offensive line, the worst running game, the worst separation by receivers, and Tua is the reason why they weren't better.
Look at Bon Joe.
That's what you're saying. Come on, Bon Joe. What you got for me? What you got for me?
Bon Joe?
Again, you guys are giving the same arguments that we fixed all that. Right. So again, I say Tua's numbers are naturally going to be better because he has better weapons around him, that he has better pieces around him. But that necessarily doesn't say that Tua is better.
I heard you
he just
say
has
that
better numbers.
I heard you say that as well. I heard you say that as well.
To be better.
But when Brady has
something,
when that's part of my Brady argument. When Brady has better weaponry, isn't his numbers better? When he got Randy Moss, you never seen Brady like that.
His numbers are better, but guess what? He also took his team to the playoffs. He also pulled and dragged them to the playoffs.
Look at the
pull and drag us
team.
because it was a bad team.
So hold on. Time out.
Rashad, could Tua take a bad team to the playoffs?
No.
He almost did.
I'm gonna
He
say
almost did.
no. That doesn't mean that future Tua can't.
Wait. Tua on New England doesn't make the playoffs?
On that same New England that Brady had? No,
that's a lie.
Oh my God! The number one defense in the league
on that same New England that Brady had.
Does Tua win a Super Bowl? Maybe not. But does Tua make the playoffs?
No. Hold on. No, Steven, don't move the narrative. We're talking about that gutted Brady team.
That same gutted Brady team with J.C. Jackson and Stephon Gilmore on the other side of the ball.
Crazy.
Yes, that was the number one.
That team went 12.
We have Byron Jones and
they won 12.
Byron Jones sucks.
So Howard is trash now.
Byron Jones sucks. Stephon Gilmore was the best cornerback. He was the defensive player of the year the previous year.
No, don't do that. See again.
What are you talking about?
This is where I get tight. This is where I start.
You guys are debating.
All of a sudden, our DBs are tight. Are trash.
To say this statement that Byron
Jones is trash.
No,
Byron Jones. I watched Byron Jones.
That's what two deers do. This is what two deers do.
I just want to state for the record that I've had two people try to argue for me this morning, and they both have made horrible arguments.
How's that a horrible
Steven, don't
argument?
go down that rabbit hole. I try to warn you, Steven.
Tua does not make the playoffs with that team.
Tua does make the playoffs.
With that
team,
all they did with the gutted team, they can actually run the ball. They can actually run the ball and stop the run.
He
that
had
was
a gutted team here, and he didn't make the playoffs.
That team, the offense was good. The receivers were gutted. The running game and the O-line was still there. That's what you're arguing right now.
We had a rookie. He still didn't do nothing with it.
We had a rookie
when we gave him Duke Johnson, what did he do with it? What was his numbers with Duke Johnson?
Oh my God.
What was his numbers with Duke Johnson?
Are you serious? Right? What did you want from him? He won.
Okay, here we go.
He won with Duke Johnson.
He won
with Duke Johnson. That's your argument right now.
All right.
That's your argument right now because we started off 1-7. We started off 1-7 and got Duke Johnson. That's your argument right now. If we had Duke Johnson at the beginning of the season, do we go to the playoffs?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my God!
I love how we're talking about Duke Johnson.
Do we lose that Raider game? Do we lose that Falcons game if we had Duke Johnson?
I know we couldn't run the ball. When that counted.
Yeah, of course. Of course, that's the one that you remember.
Because that's the one that counted.
What about all the games? All right, what about the 7 games? What about the 7 games that we won before?
Hey, Rashad.
What about the 7 games that we won before?
Rashad, when you're having to make an argument, when you're having to use Duke Johnson to prove your argument,
using Duke Johnson,
I think you've lost.
Duke Johnson is the Buffalo Bills' fourth.
He's using Duke Johnson.
I think you've lost when you use Duke Johnson.
I'm just saying he's the fourth running back. He's the fourth running back for the Bills.
Von Duke Johnson.
That's your argument right now.
Running back for the Bills right now.
We're
talking about Duke Johnson.
We got him Duke Johnson.
And when he was in Miami, did he not give us 100-yard games? Yes or no?
Your argument is that they gave us. He had Duke Johnson as your argument.
Did he not give us 100 yards? That's all you need from your running game is 100 yards per game.
We won those games, Von.
Yeah, like what do you want?
We were a threat to run the ball. People said, "Hey, Duke Johnson can run the ball. Lindsey can run the ball. We're getting yards."
And the offensive coordinator said, "Pass the ball." We're going to give
because they started to stop our run. They said, "Okay, let's suffocate the run and let Tua beat us." And guess what he did?
Oh my God! They suffocated the run, and he had 7 carries that game? Get out of here!
It's not very.
And they started playing against the run. If you look at the game flow, everybody keeps saying raw numbers, but look at the game flow. If you actually watch that game and watch the game flow,
it was a tight game until the second half.
We'll have penalties where you couldn't run the ball, and Tua had to make the throw. And guess what? He didn't make the throws.
Oh God!
Hey,
you know what the throw ended? It ended up 2 yards short.
Jair Alexander. Do y'all remember Jair Alexander, who just
The
got
cornerback.
released
He
a
got
couple days
released
ago? Well,
Hey, but we can all agree.
from
Jair
Green Bay.
Alexander, have an agreement in principle for 4 years, 80. Or it's an extension. I'm sorry, he didn't get released. Who's the guy who got released from Detroit? Or I think it was somebody last week. Who was a defensive back? Was it the Giants or Detroit or nobody? Nobody knows. Y'all don't know.
Bradbury, James Bradbury.
Bradbury. All right, never mind.
Where did he go?
Well, I don't know yet, but Alexander just got $84 million extension for 4 years, and he's making $31 million this year as a corner.
Yeah, my jaw would have dropped if they would have cut him.
Hey, I know something we can all agree on. That screen pass in the end zone by Jacoby Brissett was the worst pass a Dolphin player's ever made.
Oh my
All right.
That was the worst decision. That was the worst decision a Dolphins fan has ever made.
Rashad, I got other people in the back room. I got to let you go, bro.
Steve, bring somebody else that could help you out here, man. So far,
I love you, bro.
But Von Joe, who was it? Which game were you talking about?
Which one?
The one that you were just talking about, where
Brissett threw the
where
touch.
Duke Johnson where Duke Johnson went for 100 yards and we still won the game anyway, so it was a mute point.
David, what's up, David?
We had a couple games where he went for 100 yards.
I know.
Y'all giving me a headache.
Which one you were
Hold on. Here's
Go
David.
ahead.
David, what you got
Go
for us,
ahead,
man?
David. Go ahead with your take, David.
But Joe, man, I wanted to stick up for you, and Steven, I wanted to stick up for you, but you're both wrong.
Okay. Tell me how I'm
Listen,
wrong.
Please tell me.
Defense wasn't number one. Von Joe, the defense of Miami's defense was not number one like Tom Brady's was. First of all, the defense was average last year. They were on a 7-game losing streak, correct? And then they went on that 7-game winning streak or 6-game losing, whatever it was, right?
You take the play calling away from Boyer. That's our current.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, both of these arguments are dumb. Like, I can't, just give the guy a chance. We don't know what he's going to do. We don't know what he's going to do. I'm not saying that you're not, but I'm saying these people. I'm saying these people. I'm not saying you, Von Joe. Brother, I love you. I love your opinions. They're good, but they're opinions, just like everybody else's. Listen,
Von Joe, I love you. I love you, but you're wrong, Von Joe. That's what I'm gonna say.
Steven, I love you, but you're wrong too. I mean, we have to give the team. We have to give a team a chance. We have new players. We have new players. Okay, we have to give this team a chance. If Tua sucks, guess what? I'll be the first one to say, get out of here.
So what should we be talking about then?
David, I agree that we should give the team a chance, but at the same time, me saying that I gotta wait and see that. Wait, you guys are.
No, I agree with you. I'm not saying that.
But I'm arguing don't crown him. But people are crowning him.
You want to crown him?
No, I agree with you, Von Joe, with that. What I disagree with is that these people coming on and say Tua sucks when, bro, Tom Brady had a number one defense. He had literally, he did. You can't say he didn't. He did. Tua didn't have the number one defense. Tua didn't have an offensive line. Listen, they sucked last year, and they still pulled out a 7-game win streak.
And that was predicated on?
It would have to be both offense and defense. It couldn't be just defense.
No, that Baltimore and what was it?
Listen.
Our defense don't win that on their own. Our defense.
Okay. So
I disagree.
The offense doesn't do nothing, and they win those games.
Hold on. There's a reason that Tua came in at halftime, Von Joe. It's because
he was hurt.
My point is this: you cannot have no offense whatsoever and just defense, and they just win a game. That's ludicrous. That's dumb.
That's
why did Tua stay on the field?
The Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to do that same argument. When Tua got hurt, Brissett came in. Why didn't Tua come back in? You know what? Because he was trash. There, boom. Since we're going to use that same argument.
Brissett wasn't hurt.
Hey, let me ask.
Hold on. Tua was good to come back in. He said he was good to come back in.
Von Joe, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question,
Von Joe? Don't do that.
Von Joe, can I ask you a question?
Sir.
I have a question for you. So through 23 games in his first 2 years, his numbers are 4,467 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. If Tua this year's, my question to you is this:
equates that in 1 year, I'll be satisfied.
If Tua, You'll be.
Hey,
That's what I said in the chat. That's what I said in the chat.
Can I finish my question?
How many touchdowns did you say?
27 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. If Tua throws for over 3,500 yards this year, 27 touchdowns and 15 interceptions, do you not think that equates to him having a significant jump from year 2 to year 3?
If he puts 2 years worth of work, no, actually, no. That goes back to my first argument. No,
2 years worth of work. It's only 3 games more. It's not 2.
Well, you know what's crazy is
no. Again,
that
this goes
that crappy
back to
year
my,
everybody was talking about with Brady and the Patriots.
This goes back
he beat
to my
those numbers.
first argument, Steven.
If he has
Tua's
35
numbers, hold on, Steven. Tua's numbers can naturally be better based off what he has around him, but that doesn't mean he got better.
So this is part of my point.
So what's the argument then?
Hold on, David. Hold on. I'm not done yet, bud. I got this, David. I got this, son.
No, you don't.
Okay.
The argument is the team that won, not Tua.
This is part of my
That's
point,
the argument.
dude. So if you're telling me if Tua comes out and throws 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions, that the Tua haters are still going to be like, well, it's because of what he had around him. Anybody could have done it. It didn't matter if it was Tua.
They're going to say that.
Dude, that's exactly what the narrative is.
Steven, hold on. You know why?
He would have to throw for 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns.
No, you 2 years are doing this now. You 2 years are doing this now. You guys
I'm not a 2 year.
Hold on. This is why I said this. I said 2 years. Let me say 2 years are doing this now in the sense of they saying that Herbert is only better than Tua because of the weapons. Burrow is better than Tua only because of the weapons.
Well, there's some truth to that. There's not all.
Okay, so what are we talking about here?
Exactly.
So Tua's going to have naturally better numbers.
Exactly my point. What are we talking about here?
That he got better. If his numbers are better, does that mean he got better?
Yes.
So what is it going to take for you to think that he got better? What is it going to take?
That means that he could still make a bad read and we lose the game.
So,
all right, he could still throw an interception during the crucial time, and we still lose the game.
David, let me ask you this:
if Tua make a bad read, he can get sacked.
If Tua threw a 5-yard slant,
but that's hold on 1 second.
No, David, we got our answer, David. It does not matter what Tua does. The narrative
correct.
It does not matter. It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
We don't even have to talk about it. It doesn't matter.
Well, can I answer the question?
Steven, at the end of the day, you still have to come up to the line. You still got to read the defenses. And if it's during a shootout, if it's a shootout, if it's a shootout,
my question.
Screen pass to Tyreek Hill, touchdown. Thank you. Have a good day.
What? No, it doesn't. What are you talking about? That means he could fall short.
Right, but
the screen pass, the screencast could be the ball position could be off, and he's not able to yak what we want him to yak.
What if
to close the gap?
So David. If he throws a screen pass,
come on, man, don't do that. Let's not do that.
If he throws a screen pass to say Gesicki, and he gets tackled with a 2-yard gain, and then he throws one to Tyreek Hill, who takes it for a touchdown, did Tua perform that play better, or did the person who caught the ball then perform that play?
It doesn't matter. It's still a touchdown.
Does it matter if we win?
That doesn't matter. That's an irrelevant question. That's irrelevant
because you said
as long as we win.
David, listen. You said that if his stats are better, he played better. In that exact situation, he played the same play, but the second player played better.
Well, the reason why his stats are better is because the players around him is better.
What he would have gotten if
that's what Vanjo's saying.
That's what I'm saying. And guess what? That's what it means. I agree. I didn't say I disagree with Vanjo. See, you guys are misunderstanding me. My point is that he's better because the players around him is better. That's exactly. You can't say that he's garbage.
You know what? Let
me finish. You can't say a player's garbage when he has better players. Listen, if you played football, you want better players around you, and then if you have better players, everything else is better around you. That's common sense.
Makes your job easier. It makes your job easier.
Common sense. Yeah, so yes, he's better if the players around him is better.
Exactly. It's easier for you to overshadow your shortcomings.
That's what anything.
All I heard.
So,
David,
what I want from my quarterback is if one of his weapons went down, i.e., Tyreek Hill pulls a hamstring.
All I heard.
Hold on. No, Steven, you're not going to do this.
I still, Joe. And all I heard All I heard was if Tua throws 3,500 yards this year, 27 touchdowns and 15 interceptions, it won't be enough. That's all I just heard. That's all I just heard.
He's garbage. I mean,
still
you can't say that.
He's still
So-
going to be labeled as trash. That's all I just heard. That's all.
Yes, I can. I could say that because if 27
And
of
he's
those
still getting outplayed by
2,700
Tom Brady.
yards is all
I can't with y'all trip me
If
out.
But he missed
2,700
four
yards are all
games.
yak.
He missed 4 games. What happens if he played those 4 games? Does he have 2,700 yards or
So part of
3,200
him
yards?
getting be-
Whose
so
fault
part
is
of
it
him
he missed
getting
those
better.
games?
Hold on. Part of him getting better is being healthier as well.
Of course, I'm not.
The being
Of
healthier thing is
course, my point
So,
is that
again,
the
I'm saying that
argument,
he needs to
the
be better.
arguments that my point is the arguments that everybody's saying you can go either way with. It doesn't matter.
I'm not. This is
It's
not
it's dumb.
This
It's
is not
dumb
a trolling
arguments.
comment. This is not a trolling comment. In order for
Which means
Tua,
it is. Which means
in order for Tua to get the haters off his back, he has to throw for 4,500 yards,
5,000.
35 touchdowns, and less than 15 interceptions. That's what he needs to do.
No, he has to go for 60
That's what
touchdowns,
he needs
12
to do.
interceptions, 7,000 yards, and
Y'all
then
are funny, man. Y'all are freaking hilarious.
I mean,
David, it ain't even no point in talking to these people.
no,
There ain't
because
no point.
the argument is dumb because they're trying. They're both
So
of
hold
them.
on. So let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. Right?
I still love you,
let's
Von
say
Joe. Don't
God-
worry.
Let's say, hold on. Let's say God forbids, Waddle and Hill goes down, right? Does that mean
Then he has
Tua-
to. Okay, he would have to make a choice to. He would have to play better. Absolutely.
Von Joe, you're right.
So what are we
Players
arguing?
get injured. Von Joe, you're right. When players get injured, teams play worse. You're exactly right.
No.
So,
Some people
Tua missed 4 games.
Some people
Hence,
can step up.
Tua missed 4
when
games.
his entire offensive line was down. Go look at what happened. You're right. When it's tragic. When injuries happen, players look worse, teams look worse, and they lose games. You're right. You're right. It's such a silly question, Monjo. Okay, I have a question for you. If now that Tyreek Hill,
I got people in the back room. I got to get David off. David,
One more thing. If this was the case, the quarterback, the second string quarterback last year would have been so much better than Tua.
It was a different system.
It's crazy.
It was a different
It's
system.
crazy.
No,
It's
Brissett
crazy.
plays.
Let
No,
Drew
Brissett
finish.
doesn't play in an RPO.
Go ahead, Drew. David, love you, brother. Thanks for coming out.
Later.
Go ahead, Drew.
Take care, guys.
What I was saying is, if Tyreek Hill, now that he's gone from the Chiefs, if Patrick Mahomes doesn't look like Patrick Mahomes, are we going to start saying Patrick Mahomes is trash?
Yep, that's exactly
What
what
do
I
you
heard.
mean?
No,
Wait,
they're not.
hold
They're
on,
like,
hold
oh, well,
on.
he lost.
You know that's not what's
Tyreek
gonna
Hill, he just
No, hold
doesn't
on.
have
What do you
some
mean by
weapons.
he
Try to go
doesn't
get
look
him
like
some
Patrick
weapons.
Mahomes?
I already
sorry?
don't think Patrick Mahomes is that great. I
Hold
think
on.
it
What
was
do
the
you
team
mean that
around
he
him,
doesn't
so.
look like
Oh,
Patrick Mahomes?
that's blasphemous.
So-
That's
Patrick,
the best
let's say
quarterback in
Patrick
the
Same with
league.
Lamar
Mahomes
Jackson.
only
Arguably.
has 3,500 yards. Maybe he's only got 20 interceptions, or 20 touchdowns. 12, 13 interceptions.
So
Like,
you're
what if
saying
Patrick
that if his
Mahomes has a
numbers
down
decline,
year? Huh?
numbers wise,
Yeah. What if he has a little bit of a down year? Are we going to say
Cap
that
for
Patrick
life.
Mahomes
We
is bad?
revamped our
Or are
entire
we going to say that,
backfield.
hey, we need to go out and get Patrick Mahomes some weapons now that Tyreek Hill's not here?
so we're not gonna. So here's the thing: there's an eye test. You can
No,
look
Jeff,
to
no,
see.
we
If,
No,
hold
I'm
on.
done. No, I'm
No,
not doing
no,
that.
wait. Let me. No, see,
Why?
that's
What's
not
wrong with
fair.
eye test?
That's not fair. That's not
Well,
fair.
that is
Don't do
fair
that.
because that's the
Subjective.
argument.
Let me
Anybody
finish.
You know what?
Let
Time
me
out.
finish my statement.
No.
No, let me finish my statement.
No,
Because,
Batman.
again,
What's up, Batman?
My statement
Hello,
is
Batman.
still my statement still aligns
Hello,
with what I had to
Batman.
say.
Hello,
What's up, Batman? You
Because
guys are
they
What's
can't.
going
hypocrites.
on,
They can't.
guys?
They
Like,
can't
this is the
listen to
most
him, man. They-
You guys can't
ridiculous
handle the truth.
conversation.
That's the problem.
The
Oh,
eye
yeah, we
test
can't-
thing. That's what
we
everybody says.
can't-
When they don't have
we
any more,
can't handle the
when you
truth.
don't have
Get out
any
of here,
more,
Monjo.
just
you
say,
said
you
if
just say,
Patrick Mahomes-
well, it's an
hold
eye
on.
test thing. I'll know
If
it when I
Patrick
see
Mahomes
it. Okay.
is still doing everything that he did with Tyreek Hill, and let's say, for
I'm
example, the
saying if he
receivers.
doesn't.
Hold
If he
on,
doesn't.
if he throws the ball and they drop it, okay, I can't blame that on him. That's, of course, his numbers are going to suffer. But if he looks different, like he's not scrambling out of the pocket, all of a sudden he looks completely like indecisive. No, that's definitely on him. He's a muppet.
This is
You
the
can see
most
when-
idiotic conversation in YouTube history by far.
Thank you.
It's
I don't know.
arguing
I
about
heard one
nothing.
yesterday.
Like, it's arguing about nothing.
Thank you.
Literally.
Well, what are we going to talk about?
Says you, sir.
That's what we do, Batman. That's what we do.
Hello, El Capitan. I had to bring you on here since Batman was here.
Oh, what's up, Batman?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Captain?
So Batman, I appreciate you saying that because I feel like this is what the argument comes down to each and every day on the channel.
Until the season starts, I think it's going to.
Yep.
That's fair.
And
I don't think it ends.
And here's what's
going to
happen,
ends
Steven.
then, Roach.
If it starts off bad, if the season starts off bad, it's going to get really bad on here. It's going to, because people are going to start freaking out.
Oh, the season cannot start off bad. It cannot.
Like, you think we're toxic community now? When it goes, if I hope it doesn't. If it goes south, it's going to be horrible. I feel bad for you, Steven, because you're going to have to like manage all of this. And
guys, donate to the channel. Help the channel grow. Hit the like
to pay for some counseling.
Save me, please.
Yeah, you're going to need extra money for therapy. The Dolphins should give therapy at that point.
I said I wasn't going to have a big panel, but I want to leave El Capitan and Batman on. Guys, do you want me to bring in a person by person and bring in their take? Because I got a couple of people back here that want.
I'll jump out. I'll jump out.
No, Batman. I want you to stay on.
I'm making a lot of noise, man. I'm scanning packages.
No, you're
a lot
fine.
of noise, so I'll
You're
just listen.
fun.
All
right.
Batman, stop trying to make excuses to run.
Batman, you just came on. Batman. Don't run away from it.
Yeah, run, Batman. Joker here. Hello.
Oh, wow, that's actually a scary laugh, bro.
That was a little scary.
All right. Let me bring in everybody's. Actually, let me bring in Luis. What's up, Luis? Luis, take yourself off mute.
Thanks, Steven, for having me on. What's up, everybody? What's going on?
What's going on? What you got for me or the panel today, buddy?
All right, come save Steven.
No, don't do that. Everybody who's tried to save me today has not worked out well for them.
Nah, I don't think I can help Steven out. Neither with this one. I don't.
You can't fix that. Tua could even.
Louis, the perfect Tua, a lost cause? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying this.
El Capitan, that's a very accurate statement.
Your guys' Messiah Tua couldn't even fix that.
You're right. Because I'm a two-and-ear. I'm a two-and-ear now.
I'm just picking on you.
That's all right.
Hey, by the way, Lewis, help is on the way. That's all we gotta say. Help is on the way.
I hear it. And like when I start talking and I make my comment, I think that everybody's just gonna think that I'm a Tua hater, which I'm not. I truly want the kid to succeed. But I think it's just you got Tua lovers that are so far left, and then you got Tua haters that are just so far right. This is why everybody thinks that we're always arguing, because it's just you can't be in the middle. Like when I look at Tua,
you can. People don't accept it, Luis.
That's right. That's right, Steve.
Well, yeah,
I agree.
That's exactly what it is. Like when I look at Tua, I see him. It's not that he can't make all the throws, because I've seen him throw the ball downfield. So you can't use that argument. I've seen him take off and run, so we can't use that argument. It's just he's physically limited to what he like. When I watch Tua run, I'm not saying that Tua can't run, but he's not running like a Lamar Jackson or a Josh Allen. Like I'm not saying that Tua can't throw the ball far, but he's not throwing the ball like Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. So it's just like we want so much from the kid, and I just think that he'll never be able to give us that. Like he'll be able to give us moments, and he'll be able to carry. I think he could be a franchise quarterback. So again, I'm not hating on the kid. It's just physically. There is limitations when you look at a Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Those are freaks that we all want. We all, as Dolphin fans, can understand. That's what we want. Now, is Tua going to give us that? I don't think Tua's going to be able to give us that. But can Tua win us games? Can Tua maybe win us the division? Can he win a couple playoff games? Maybe a Super Bowl? Yes. But we just, if that's what you're looking for, like those kind of performances and what those athletes give you, I don't think Tua's going to be able to give you that.
Bond 954 says, I just want to say, as chairman of the board of the Tua and Air fan club, we the people do not claim Stephen D as part of this prestigious club.
Hashtag TT4G, TFTG.
Lewis, do you think
Tua Tagovailoa for a goat, I guess, is what that is.
Do you think that, not that he'll be at here, but maybe some point, do you think Skyler could be that special player?
Oh, I'm not having that.
Like, do you think it's ceiling?
Not,
See how you limit conversations because you don't.
That's not true. It's just
no. I am with Steven. We are not even going to entertain that.
Why are we entertaining that? As
you're scared of the answer.
No, we're not.
No, what answer? He's a college.
You know what
he
I'm
came from
scared
college.
of?
I'm not going to say college
I
film
already know how
versus
this
NFL.
conversation goes on the in the Dolphins fan world. If we're going to sit here and entertain third string practice squad quarterback Skylar Thompson,
you don't know he's third string yet. There's no depth chart.
Oh my god!
Rhodes, I love you,
and
Rhodes.
to answer
You're so funny. I love you,
to
buddy.
answer Roach's question though,
Thank
to answer Roach's question.
And I didn't even say on this team. I said on any team.
Right. Well, no, but that's like Skylar has those physical attributes like some of the other quarterbacks I mentioned.
That's what I'm trying
but
to
I
say.
don't
Measurables, but Skylar's old. I mean, he's a guy. I mean, he's a sixth-year senior in college. Let's be.
How old is Skylar?
Not only that,
Right,
but
no.
guys, he's actually four string.
Sure.
He's four string right now. He's actually four string right now.
Yeah, he's got to beat
We're talking about
Strebler too.
Skylar?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's got to beat Strebler. I think. Look, again, I think everything that's been done since they got Teron Armstead and Tyreek Hill, every signing after that pretty much is about raising the floor of the team. And to what you were talking about earlier, Steven, and everybody about, there's this divide in the fan base. I've noticed over the last 30 days or so, there's a coming to the middle. People are coming to the table. They're trying to mend the wounds of each other, attack each other. Some people are blaming it on Flores, some are this. And as we know, there's Tua haters that look to foment, a little bit of, division. And then there's Tua lovers that are just out there turning over rocks, looking for people gatekeeping them. Do you love Tua? It's nonsense. And it's a type of fight and a battle that was always going to come to an end because nobody is king of it. And there's always trying to crown the king of this side or that side. And with that kind of attitude, they eat their own. And Dolphins are not cannibals. They don't kill each other, bro. They don't do that. So
Chris,
eventually it was going to come to an end. And that's where we're finding out as the season will start, it'll be less and less. What I'm afraid of is one way or the other. If Tua works out or doesn't work out, is the fan base going to then turn to itself and say, see, you didn't believe in Tua, or see, you believed in Tua, and try to box people out of the fan base. That's not cool, man. I ain't gonna sit around and watch that, man. You know me. I wear a purple jacket. It's about good times and fun. I ain't gonna have that, bro.
Steven is scared that his panel is going to make his listeners will become less intelligent.
Let's be real.
Oh.
That's
not
doable.
Can I say something before I jump off, guys? Real quick?
Let's be real. That's not doable, bro.
It's not doable, bro.
I was gonna say that was a less intelligent.
Is that the guy who said
comment?
Call somebody a bubble?
Like what?
Is that guy?
He said butt. What is it? Butt face. You stupid butt. What is it?
You
butt
stupid
face.
Butt. You stupid butt.
What's your stupid butt?
Doing the new challenge. Hey, have you seen that new Mike Myers thing on Netflix yet? Anybody watch a little bit of that?
No, have not.
So it's like a secret society, like Illuminati type of thing.
Don't tell me. I have it on my watch list.
Just real quick, they have all right, I'll try to not be any spoiler alerts, but they have I don't know, man. I guess I have to spoil something.
El Capitan is wrong. Dolphins do cannibalize their own. Male dolphins will kill a female dolphin young to force her into heat.
That's called
the
domestic
more you
violence.
know. Hashtag the more you know.
That's domestic violence. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about cannibalism. Okay, that's a domestic thing.
Where has this panel gone to this morning, bro? Oh my god. Luis,
we need to get
out of here.
A dolphin biologist on here.
Later,
Steven.
man. Y'all guys be easy.
I love you, bro. Be good.
Is there a biologist?
They might kill their own. They don't eat their own.
Hey, let me
go so many ways so quickly with the way we reacted as a Dolphin when we signed Tyreek.
Let me bring in my boy KP. What's up, KP?
What's up, panel? What's up?
What's good, man?
KP must be on lunch.
Are you a Pickett fan? Are you a Pickett fan? You're from Pittsburgh, it looks like.
Come on, man.
No.
KP, it's a P and KP. But anyway, check this out, guys. Listen, what exacerbates the conversation, right? The debate,
don't use big words on the panel. People don't understand them. Don't use big words.
Yeah, according to Level 2 Noob, there's dummies around
we're
here.
Dumb, we're dumb, but
hey,
we're stupid.
But those are the people that are telling us how great smart Tua is, right?
Well,
That's
what powers this debate, right, is the fact that the guy was drafted number 5, and then we had this whole tank for Tua campaign for more than a year, right? Then he's coming from the Alabama powerhouse, right? And we're also seeing Burrow fulfill that level of a pick. We're seeing Herbert overperform his pick. So as Dolphins who seek to be objective, right, and who want a winner, we ain't getting it. He's not passing that test. And that's just where the anti-Tua crowd, I think, is coming from. And I agree there are degrees to the depth of, anti-Tua-ness.
There's levels to it. There are
there are
levels.
levels of the anti-Tua-ness, guaranteed. But
my level fluctuates.
But
KP
again,
is what I mentioned before.
If Tua's not the guy, the whole thing falls apart. Then we got to question who picked the guy and why, right? The Dolphins organization starts to look like a house of cards. And then now it makes sense why we haven't been successful in the last 20, 25 years. Because
Kahari, real quick, buddy.
Hold on, but at the end of the day, hold on, Capitan. But the thing is, like, we talked about this the other day, KP, and we said,
what's up?
Going into the, obviously you said take Burrow and take Herbert out of the draft. Obviously, that's where Tua is measured because of those two. But again, I repeat myself, what those two walked into as far as weapons, they both came into teams with weapons. Tua had Devontae Parker and Preston Williams to rely on.
And Jalen Waddle. Listen, that debate.
No, Waddle was last year.
Well, the answer to your question will be answered this year. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if he's the guy or not. But I'm saying the people who are anti-Tua, it's for those reasons. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna sit back and listen from. I gotta get out of here. All right, peace, guys.
Also to Kahari's point, in a solo, taking all feeling out of it, fandom out of it, rooting interest out of it, taking it in for what it is, a business. It's a bad business move for what they've done up to this point with their 5th overall pick, how they've tooled it around the entirety of it. They've lost all value to a top 5 picked quarterback. And as far as what they've done, this is a reset of the offense to actually get a proper gauge of where he can be. But also, I think it says something too. His body, we're going to get a proper set of where he is physically as well. And to me, what they've done by raising the floor of almost every unit we had questions about on offense and defense. The only thing I think we could all agree on that maybe some center depth or a different center and maybe some D-line
help
depth
is on the way.
Tackle.
Help is on the way.
Well, potentially.
JC Treader.
Exactly.
Well, that and Akeem Hicks.
The Dolphins are not done. I know that. Well. All right, guys, I have to.
How is JC? Hold on, time out. Why is JC Treader hurt? Help with those bad knees. Is he gonna? Is he gonna practice? Hold on, time out.
The man has played.
Hey, no. Is he gonna practice with our quarterback?
Von Joe, I think it helps in the sense again. The ideology of raising your floor
day in and day out with our quarterback and building that rapport.
If you look at what they've done, they keep bringing in people. They were bringing in running.
I didn't.
That might have took him out.
Tuanon might have took El Capitan out. That wasn't me. Just so y'all know. That wasn't me. Now he's got Batman too. He kicked.
See, you see what happened. You see what happened when you talk nonsense. You see.
Yep, the core four is back.
See, you see. I told you, Steven. They keep
El
trying to help
Capitan and Batman, get back up here. Steven finally confessing to be in Tuanon explains things. Yep, it's me.
Finally.
Tuanon, get out of here with that.
Hey, did Smoke do that episode yet with Tuanon?
No,
he did, I think.
Hey, I do have somebody who wants to come come up in here, say some things, explain him. No, where'd you go? I was about to bring you in.
I wish Tuanon would come on this show with the dolphin hat.
I was about to bring you in, bro.
Tuanon doesn't want to go live for whatever reason. Smokes had to record.
Oh yeah, because of his voice. It's his voice recording software, probably.
It's not smoke.
Probably.
I was about to bring in Pete. Pete didn't even know he's about to come on.
Pete? Oh, no, I'm not going to sit in here with Pete. It's too early to sit in here with Pete.
It's too early for Pete's craziness.
It's too early, and it's noon.
Pete, Batman, you were saying you're back? You're back, Batman?
Yeah, I'm back. Now, I was saying that regardless, our
did
biggest
Tua
need
get
is,
you? Go ahead.
Yeah, our biggest need is center, and we could say whether it's a starter or a bench, we need a center. And even if you don't want to, if you're gonna cry about J.C. Treader having knee issues and not being able to practice, J.C. Treader on a wheelchair is better than what we have right now. So why are we arguing? What are we arguing?
All right, hey, real quick, I got somebody back
You're a
here.
Dita
I don't know
hater,
if
bro.
this is the real thing. I don't know if this is the real thing, but we're gonna see. Tuanon, is that you, Tuanon?
Yeah, it's me.
No, it's
Who's
not.
this? It's David. David. David.
You should have just got a voice changer, man.
David, you could have
If I
had
had
us
a voice
going,
changer,
bro.
I would. If I had a voice changer, I would.
When it comes to talking about Dieter, we all know that Batman is a Dieter hater, okay?
I'm not hating on anybody anymore. I said this year I'm not hating on no players.
You said that Shredder is better than
Batman,
anybody
you're the
that we
biggest hater out there, bro. You're the biggest hater,
Listen,
my guy.
Steven, go ahead. Sorry.
For those of you that can't see that J.C. Treader is clearly a major upgrade, regardless of what you want to say about his health,
They're
then
blind.
you're
blind.
definitely
They're
blind.
Yep, I agree. Because J.C. Treader on this team. Let me tell you, J.C. Treader signs with the Dolphins. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody about Chris Greer. Let me say it again. I don't want to hear nothing about the GM from nobody if we sign him.
So Steven and Batman, hey,
help us on the way.
Steven, Batman. So there's absolutely nothing we can do as Dolphins fans. No matter what, it's going to be garbage.
Wait, what?
I don't understand. Is that the argument?
What are you talking about?
No, we're not going. David, we're
like
not going to bring
if we get Treader, now it's still going to be garbage because he has bad knees. It doesn't make sense. The argument is dumb.
No. So what? No,
you guys have very
no.
selective
Bonjo, no.
They have very selective hearing.
David brings up a fair and valid argument. What he is saying is that no matter what the Dolphins do, people are going to deem it as it's not good enough, it's trash. It's not I agree that there is a portion of the fan base who thinks like that.
So hey, my name is not David. It's QAnon.
No, don't do that. QAnon will get you, son.
Would you like us to celebrate every move that we make? That is wonderful.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
When we resign,
but Bonjo, isn't Melvin Ingram a good sign? Is Melvin Ingram a good signing?
When we re-signed all our linebacking core, that was a great, fantastic move because they really showed up last year. They really proved they deserve those contracts. Diving at people's ankles. And
I agree with you on that because I think that the Dolphins.
Hey, shout out.
Bonjo, I think the defense was average at best last year because they went on. They didn't win.
Nope. They were fantastic. Based off what you're saying, they were fantastic. We are not. We're not going to talk negative about.
Hold on.
Landon Roberts is a future Pro Bowl. Landon
exactly.
Roberts
Landon Roberts. When we resigned him, I don't even know why we drafted.
By the way, let me state this.
Channing
Sindall.
All right, you know what? We don't care about his name, Steven, because he's not going to be a starter. We already re-signed our starters.
Let me explain this. I want to state for the record. Stephen D, on the #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, am saying if the Dolphins do not win a playoff game this year, fire everybody.
No, Steven, you bring him back, okay?
Everybody.
You run it back. Okay? If we run it back, it's okay.
You have two choices. You have two choices. You either fire everybody or you bring in Tom Brady or some all-pro.
Nope, Steven. Nope. Tua still got 3 years left on his contract, so we keep him all 5 years, okay?
But that's a bad argument, guys. Listen.
Win a playoff game, everybody gotta go.
What happens
says goes, okay?
What happens if Tua throws 35 touchdowns, 4,000 yards, and yet the defense is the worst in the league?
Bring back
and they go 7-10.
let me tell you, if
then
that
it doesn't
happens, that's
matter.
one out of a million.
Whatever
Of
Greer
course
says,
it
we gotta
is, but
support it.
of course it is. But
See
my
this?
point
See this right
is
here?
that
You
we
see this
do
right
not
here?
know.
But
The point is,
No,
but
we
David,
went on a
so
seven
David,
game.
whatever
We
Greer
went on a
says, you gotta
7
support
game
it, guys.
losing.
hold
You're
on,
not a
David.
real fan.
We hold on, Bonjo. David, we've
No, Steven, you're
already
not being a real
stated.
fan.
No, see, there you go, David. What I'm saying is, I hate you, Bonjo.
Bonjo,
What I'm saying is that if we don't win a playoff game, there's no excuses for this team.
Of course,
None. And
absolutely right.
I think that means everybody's got to go because it means that it didn't work.
I don't disagree with that. My point is that everybody's putting everything on the back of Tua, which you should, but also you got to put it on the whole team.
Cliff, I can't celebrate wins.
Last time
right
I checked,
now.
last time I checked, who
May
gets paid more?
16th.
Who gets paid more? Who's the highest paid person on the teams?
The whole defense.
I don't get paid more
Per individual?
Oh, you didn't say individual. You said who got paid more.
No, David. No, two and on. I am going to assume that you're an intelligent individual with great logic. If you take out the NFL landscape as far as salaries, what group is at the top? Is it
First of all, I just got to thank you for calling me Tuanon and not David.
Is it not quarterbacks that are the highest paid individuals?
Correct. No, you're right. You're right.
Why is that?
Absolutely.
So why is that?
Huh?
Why are quarterbacks paid so high? If it's just a team, just pay them average.
I don't disagree with that. You're right. My point is that it does take a whole team though to win, not just one player.
But it takes a great quarterback to take you over the top.
Bones said that I was dumb. He said I'm a dummy.
No,
it takes a good quarterback
to win a championship. Yes.
No, it takes a great quarterback. It takes a good quarterback playing in great moments. But at the end of the day, you have to be great.
Correct.
You have to be at least great.
If
I don't disagree with
they
that.
don't win a playoff game, I'm here to see the world burn. I'm just going to throw it out there because that's exactly what's going to happen.
Don't worry, I got the kerosene right here, baby.
Steven, let me ask you this: what do you think
is going to burn?
Steven, I'm about to hop into a meeting real quick.
If you were to guess,
later, Bonjo.
No, I'm still gonna be here. I'm not leaving. I'm just in a meeting.
So, Steven, if you were to take a guess as to if we don't succeed, what do you think would be the prime reason you think is going to be that causes that?
That's a good question.
What do you mean by succeed? Do you mean like make the playoff as success?
No, success is winning a playoff game.
Okay, if we don't win a playoff game,
what's the biggest thing that's going to affect that happening to you guys?
If I'm honest?
Yes. Well, I hope you're being honest.
if I'm honest with you, I think if we don't win a playoff game, it's going to be because of Tua.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first. Bonjo has nothing to say.
Yeah, but if we do win a playoff game, who's going to be?
If we do win, I think it should be. I think Tua should get some of the credit, which he won't. He won't, by the way. I'll say this.
Whoa, hold on. So if we win a playoff game and Tua was a major role player in that, listen, and somebody said, if somebody don't give him credit, and if you don't give him credit, you're a hater. And you don't deserve to be on this team.
I think that's how the narrative. I think that's how the narrative.
So Vancho, what I asked him was, if we do not succeed, and he said success will say is one playoff game. I asked him, who is the reason for that? Who do you think will be the reason?
What do you think
failure?
will be the biggest factor for that?
Yes.
That's what you asked.
And he said Tua.
I think the biggest factor would be Tua.
Which shocked me that he said that.
Wait, whoa, Steven, you can't say that.
Why not?
Tuanon's here.
No, not even that. Because here's the thing: if Tua put up great numbers and he looks like Herbert and he looks like Burrow and he looks like Watson,
well,
hold on, wait. Hold on.
We're talking about a fail point.
No, we're talking about Steven, but let me finish.
No, but Vanjo, he asked me what I thought the biggest factor was going to be.
Like the biggest fail point.
I see. I wasn't saying. See, that's the problem. People are going to say it as
selective hearing. They go that selective hearing.
So you can ask Roach the same thing in the opposite way. If Tua is the reason why we win a playoff game, would it be the same thing? can you admit that he won it?
I can admit he won the game, but I honestly don't think our success this year is built on Tua. I think it's built on we built a team for it.
But what happens if Tua does it? What happens if Tua does it is my point.
What do you mean? If Tua goes out there and balls out and he's
the
reason for the win, then I give him credit for that game. Yeah.
There you go. It goes both ways.
Can I Steven, will you allow me a couple minutes here to kind of maybe
Are you about to get on a soapbox?
I can bridge a gap here.
Would you like to get on a soapbox? Here, hold on. Let me help you out.
Give me
here,
my
Drew.
soapbox.
Go ahead, Drew. The
There you
floor is
go.
yours, Drew.
You can borrow my soapbox, Drew.
You're such a handsome guy, Drew. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, fellow humans. Okay, look, I think the way that we've built this team is the way that I think that many teams moving forward are going to replicate the Miami model, and I'm calling it that, okay? Because I think they're doing something here that's unique, and it's something that it's not completely unique. It's something that the 49ers have done. It's something that the Rams have done. And we have a coach from that tree. And what that is building a team that doesn't rely, that is successful, and it does not rely necessarily solely on the hands of the quarterback. And what that means is that you can build a team that can be incredibly successful and even compete in Super Bowls and maybe even win Super Bowls, okay, with what you have at quarterback. And I think the NFL as a whole is going to start building their teams this way, because the model that we've been doing for year after year after year, I don't even have to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's draft a quarterback. Quarterback isn't good enough. Ditch the quarterback and throw everything out with the kitchen sink and start over and tank for 4 years. Pick a new quarterback, find out he sucks, and then do it all over again. Over and over and over again.
Rinse and repeat. Rinse and
What
repeat.
we're doing now is that we have a quarterback who is good enough, at least. I know what Tua's floor is, basically. I think we've seen the worst of Tua, okay? So I can't imagine that he gets much worse than he is already. He might, but I think it's unlikely. So what I think that what the front office has done is that they've said, okay, we're going to build a team that can compete. We're going to build a team that can compete for Super Bowls, okay? And then in the meantime, we can develop Tua. We can give Tua time to figure things out. And hey, maybe he's probably good enough to help us compete there, okay? But if he doesn't, then at the flip of a switch, you can go out and get a guy like the Rams did. And you can go out and you can win a Super Bowl. You can go out and do what maybe the 49ers have done and drafted the next guy who they think it is. But in the meantime, while that person's being developed, they have a very competitive and a very successful team that is capable of easily winning Super Bowls. And I think that's where our team is now. I'm tired of I would rather compete year after year and be a Super Bowl contender year after year than do this whole rebuild, nuke the team, get a quarterback, rebuild, nuke the team, I'm done with that. It's for the birds. The way that the team is being built currently is if Tua's great, great. And if he's not, we're still going to be great. But then in the meantime, we still have the resources and the time to go get somebody else. And I think that's where we are as a franchise.
You are one smart person.
Drew, I couldn't have said it
The
better.
hell with that. Nope. We are not doing that. Drew, you are never getting the soapbox again.
No.
You mentioned, hold on, because
Vaughn, you lost the
Rams.
soapbox, buddy.
Hold
You
on.
lost
You
it.
mentioned
You
the
lost the
Rams.
soapbox.
Von Joe's a hater.
He mentioned the Rams, who won a Super Bowl by jettisoning their quarterback that got them to a Super Bowl.
By trading away their entire draft for 4 years.
Exactly.
Sure.
You
But it was
mentioned
a team that was built
hold on,
for
wait, I'm not done, sir. You mentioned the 49ers, who came up short writing Jimmy Garoppolo, who we all see is not a capable quarterback to take you over the lump. Oh, because
Aaron
he came up
Rodgers
short
came up
before.
short, too.
Hold
Jimmy
on, he came
Garoppolo
up
got to a Super Bowl. He did
exactly.
get to a Super Bowl.
He got you to a Super Bowl, but guess what? He didn't win it. Because he
Aaron
came
Rodgers-
up short.
Aaron Rodgers
And
has
guess
come
what?
up
And he
short.
came
So
up
you're
short
saying
again.
you're saying that the Dolphins go to the Super Bowl but don't win is not a successful year? What are you talking about here?
No, Von Joe didn't say that. He didn't say
Oh,
that.
okay. Oh, all
Again,
right.
there go that selective hearing. You got to be careful about selective
You
hearing.
did the same
I'm
thing.
doing
Todd did
six
in
That's what I
things at
said.
once.
That's why I
I'm
said
doing
you gotta be
6 things
careful
at
with
once.
selective
So
hearing.
I'm doing 6 things at once, so bear with me.
Real quick. Let me hit the reset. Miami Sports Music, #1 Miami fan morning show. We're in the afternoon. We're going to do final thoughts of the day here in a minute. I'm going to bring in somebody from the back room here who's been
I'm getting off. I got to go, guys. Love you guys. Later.
All right, David.
Take care, doing on.
I'm going to bring in somebody in the back room, but I do want to remind you guys, if you don't remember, hey, Von Joe.
What's up?
Do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
Guys, Patrick Surtain, St. Madison. You remember that no pass zone that we used to have back in the day? Where offensives won't dare throw the ball. It was a lot of running, but they wouldn't dare throw the ball. Because you know when they threw that ball, it's going back the other way. All right? They know
because of the
that
team around them.
Funjo, you're supposed to be promoting. Don't worry about what Drew Matron said. Forget what Drew Matron said.
Go ahead. Just $5. And you too.
Well, more than 5, but at least 5.
No, at least $5. Just $5, and you get an entry to get a memorabilia from our famous no pass zone defense. And it has not 1, but 2 signatures from those from the cornerstones of that defense. Right? Could arguably say that was the best secondary that we ever had. Arguably. Right? So again, for just 5 and wait, hold on. It says I see Cash App right there at
and PayPal. MSM Podcast Network.
So Steven, what happens if you donate via Cash App or PayPal?
They get double their entries.
So 2 for 1, BOGO?
They sure do. BOGO.
Guys, we all know we like BOGOs. So hey, if you donate 10, what do you get?
You get 2 slots, but if you donate on Cash App or PayPal, you get 4 slots.
What's a BOGO?
Can't beat that. And buy one, get one free. Now, if you sit there and you donate, you might love this entry, and you donate 50 to get 10 entries. But is that really 10 entries?
No,
Steven?
I triple your entries if you donate $50.
So it's 30?
So it's 30 entries.
30 entries. By the way, the last 2 winners donated the most. They got the most entries.
Numbers.
So Steven, how long do we have to get in on this?
Till Friday. But this week, let me remind you all, this week, everything that is donated, a portion of all the proceeds that are donated this week. Let me say that right. A portion of all the proceeds that are donated this week, I'm going to find a way to, I got a couple people who've emailed me, people who've listened to the show. We're going to try to give back to the community of Buffalo after the tragedy that they had over the weekend with the shooting in the supermarket and those families, 8 killed, 9 killed. And, the senseless hate and just, I don't want to see that. So I have a platform here. I want to be able to do something with it. And so when you guys donate this week, I'm going to take a portion of the funds that are donated and we're going to donate to, there's a couple of different things. People have sent me links to churches in the area. People have sent me links to Thurman Thomas did something. I'm going to find out the best place to donate to, and we're going to donate a portion of the proceeds. So the higher you guys donate, the more money that I can send to Buffalo, which I want to do.
So guys, let's not only support the channel, but let's show that we are great human beings. And when evil comes into play, that we could overcome it with goodness and kindness. So,
all right. Let me bring in El Capitan real quick, and then I got somebody in the background who wants to say. I wanted to bring you back on. You left us, El Capitan.
Yeah, I got clipped by Tuanon, man. I'm over here talking about unity and togetherness.
Hey, man.
And, they clipped me, bro. They don't like it.
You can't be coming for me, El Capitan.
Von Joe, man. I mean, such a beautiful delivery with the whole thing, man. I gotta say, bro, it's nice. I like it. Steven, let's explain to everybody how hard it is to keep something like this afloat, especially in the downtime, and how important donating to you guys and all that, and the showing the unity amongst the fan base. It's important to all of us. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, look, I by the way, I didn't pay El Capitan to say that, so I appreciate you saying that.
No, brother, it's the real. It's the real.
I do this each and every day. This is essentially my full-time job, right? Like I want to do this every day for you guys. So when you guys donate, it helps with a lot of things for me and my family, as well as getting this going to be a big thing. And there's a lot of stuff I want to do this year, and I want to bring you guys content, and I want to bring you closer to the fans and closer to the games and
Beautiful.
the pregame and postgame and closer to, Miami. So, donate, it helps. But this week, it's not even about that, man. This week it's about, let's give back to our brothers, our Buffalo Bills brothers, fans, because look, we all have teams. Just because they root for the Bills, I want to show them that we stand with them and we love them and that we're here for them.
No, football don't matter when we have
football
real life
does not matter when real life happens, and I want
when Miami had their
Bills
tragedy,
and Dolphin fans this week need to unite.
That's no lie, brother. When Miami
end of
had
the
their
day.
tragedy and that condo came down,
Bills fans were big. Yep,
scrambled.
Bills fans were big.
They did. They scrambled, and so will we. We got to show out for the Dolphins fans and stuff like that, man. I appreciate. That's good. That's good representation.
And
guys.
that's one thing I would say about Bills Mafia is that as far as supporting humanity, they do show up.
You know what? The Bills changed.
When they beat
the Bills have changed, Monjo. As far as a fan base, when I was younger, and before I was even a teenager, Bills fans were some of the worst. I think the irrelevance and taking a beating over the years has humbled them. And this new fan that comes in, the table jumpers, they're actually good folk. You know what I'm saying? Crazy good folk now.
Yeah, because they do a lot of donating. Even when they beat Mahomes, they donated to his charity.
Yep.
Which I think is amazing. So
classy.
Yeah, it's classy. I'm gonna go.
Mahomes is another fraud too.
Oh gosh,
Mahomes is a fraud.
You're gonna see it this year. Watch it this year. You'll see.
Who's saying this nonsense?
We're not getting into that.
I am.
We're not getting into that right now. I don't have time.
You're gonna see it.
To this craziness. All right, donate to the channel. Help the channel grow. Hopefully that entices you. If that doesn't, hopefully getting a chance to win an autographed Patrick Surtain, Sam Madison helmet. Hopefully you don't need that to entice you to donate to help people. But hey, look, each his own. I want to let's do it. All right, I have somebody real quick. I got to bring in Nacho Finn. What's up, Nacho Finn?
Why do you look so disappointed?
What's going on here? What's going on? Hey, prayers to everybody that needs it. Stephen D, I don't agree with everybody getting fired. Explain to me that. Explain to me why everybody. Explain to me.
Because if they
hold on. Nobody cares. I'm out.
It doesn't matter. And then he dropped off.
Get him out of here.
He's like, it doesn't matter.
Are we doing final take, Stephen?
We're gonna do final thoughts of the day. Let's do final thoughts of the day, guys.
All right, so let me go ahead and go first.
Because you have a job, you have work.
Yeah, and I gotta take off my hat for this final take.
Oh my god, I gotta.
Okay, all right.
Is that real hair or is that a toupee?
Come on, man. Come on.
I'm just messing with you.
Don't hate on the crown, Stephen. Don't hate on the crown.
Really
That's
just
that
try
natural,
to go like
bro.
this?
That's that natural. Let him know, Bonjo.
Don't you ever do that again, Bonjo. Ever.
Don't hate on the crown. Don't do that. But all right. So where do I start? So, Stephen, first off, I'd like to say thank you for having me on, and thank you for doing this. Right. It's time. It's actually. I mean, when we're able to come here and distract ourselves from the madness of the world, I'd like to thank you for that, for giving me that moment to coming here. Also helps relieve my anxiety that I actually have in the world, right? With things that go on. So, quick story. What happened this weekend? I literally got a notification about what took place when I was leaving Walmart. Right? So every Saturday, literally, and I just got my new fridge. So literally that Saturday, me and my wife said, we packed up our 3 kids, hopped into Durango, went to 3 different grocery stores First, we start at the farmers market where we get our produce. Then we stop at the meat market where we really get our fish and meats. And then we go to Walmart or Publix. So actually, it was 4 grocery stores that we went to. I go to Walmart first to get a couple things. Then I go to Publix to get my BOGOs. Right? So literally 4 grocery stores that we stopped at. And then I saw that news that a guy went into a grocery store just off hate and took people out. Right? And literally I sat in my car and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" And I told her what took place. And literally I'm looking in the rearview mirror with my kids. And again, my kids are 9 and 4. And it makes me say, and it gives me anxiety because sometimes I do carry, but it was one of those days that I left the house without it and I just went out. Right. And again,
didn't even think about it.
I didn't even think about it because, again, you don't think about it. I was going to go. I didn't even bother to go back for it because I'm like, I'm just going grocery shopping. I'm not going anywhere dangerous. Right. And I see that and literally all my anxiety came down on me at once. Right. And I was like, if that would have happened to any of those grocery stores I was at, I went to 4 different grocery stores and I was fortunate enough to make it back home with my family all intact in peace. Everybody had fun that night. But those people in Buffalo, they were doing the same thing I was doing, but they didn't make it back home. They had a completely different outcome. So, guys, I always say, again, thank you for addressing it and bringing it to light, giving that moment of silence, because at the end of the day, part of dealing with things is really facing it, right? And secondly, giving me this outlet for the past 3 hours, we really didn't talk about that, right? I'm sorry to bring it back up, but we
don't
didn't talk about
apologize.
that.
I think I don't apologize.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that, and we really came together. And yeah, we were arguing about Tua, and that's a beautiful thing that you do. That you are an outlet where we could talk about different things. We could talk about our Dolphins during the off seasons, and really, how should I say? I'm sorry, I'm kind of shaking right now, and really
don't apologize, dude.
Just be a distractor from the madness and the things that we deal with on a day in, day out basis. So with what you do, bringing that kindness, that energy, that positive vibe, I want you to keep on doing it. Guys, support the channel, support our local guys that sit there and give us great content and give us time to go ahead and distract ourselves from the world and talk about something that we love. Right? Whether we love to argue about Tua, whether we love to support Tua, but at the same time, it is still talking about a team that we love. And we're able to distract ourselves from the chaos that goes on in the world from a day in and day out basis. So, Steven, I truly love everything that you do, sir, and don't want you to stop.
I appreciate that, man. I don't leave just yet. So my channel for the past year, I've had the opportunity to be able to, I think I've missed a total in 1 year. I think I've missed a total of 3 weeks in 1 year. Okay. So with that being said, and 2 of them were back to back. I do what I do every day because I love it. But I do what I do because I want to show my children that you can follow your passion, you can follow your heart, and you can do something. And so I like my motto, my creed of spreading kindness, spreading positivity, spreading love. That's a real thing. When Surfside happened a few months back, like I was like, well, I have a platform here. I want to be able to give back. And when we got to donate the money to the Surfside community, that was a beautiful thing. That was awesome. I want to do that again. I want to raise a whole bunch of money this week. I don't so I mean, look, I don't normally call, like, look, I've had days where I've made $1. I've had days where I've made $500. The week that we did the Surfside is the biggest day we ever had. We did $600 in one day. And that was the biggest day we have. My hope is that this Friday we can do the same thing, get the most, but throughout the week we give too, right? So I say all that because I believe that my channel can be a platform to give back to people too. And look, if this morning show wasn't here, even if it's a couple $100, $400, 500, whatever we end up giving back to Buffalo, right? That's something that can be added to that. Money doesn't replace the people that they lost, but it helps with getting through hard times so that they don't have to think about other things. And the other thing as far as the conversation is concerned, I don't talk about politics a lot, but I have talked about on multiple occasions. You notice I bring up my channel a lot, bring up HBCUs. A lot of people don't talk about HBCUs. I talk about race on my channel when it's warranted, and I talk about stopping the hate and spreading love, kindness, and positivity. And I think we need to do more of that as a whole, as the world. And so I appreciate you saying that, man. That I hope that I do that every day, and that's the goal. But yeah, that's all what I wanted to say to you.
Yeah, man. Listen again. I can't express enough, what this does, because, bro, I can't tell you the level of anxiety that literally came down when that notification came on my screen.
Yeah.
And I read it, and I was just like, "Wait, what?" And literally, I felt the world, that weight just come down on me, and I was just like, I don't know if I was just breathing heavy or I was ready to hyperventilate. I literally felt the world, because literally I'm in the car with my wife and kids, and as a man, I feel like I protect my castle, right? That's my job as a man, to protect my castle, protect my loved ones, and that's whether I'm at home or away. Like, I'm their protector, and I just felt like the whole weight came on me.
You couldn't do it. No, I get it, man. As a man, I totally get it. As a father, as a husband, I totally get it. And you ask my wife, I take like this weekend when I got that, I took it to heart, and I'm in the same boat, brother. So I love you, man. I'm glad that you're here every morning, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, you guys take care, man. Fins up.
Be good, Von Joe. All right. Next, we will go to Roach. Final thought of the day, Roach. Take yourself off mute.
I'm going to wait for the first 3 or 4 weeks to be over, and then I will start buying my Skylar jerseys and prepping for the future. And that's all I want to say.
I love you, man.
Hey, I love everybody.
I know you do.
And I believe in some weird stuff. So the fact that I believe that, and I talk about UFOs, take that into account, because it's like, okay. So I know I trigger people sometimes with what I say, but
you don't trigger.
I like conspiracies. I like mysteries. I've always been a fan of the long shot working out. Like, I was a Sega fan, not a Nintendo fan. So I always go for that underdog.
So like Stephen D is gonna be the best YouTuber of all time, right? That's what you think? I'm a long shot.
I'm going to be. What are you talking about?
Okay, all right. Well, we'll do it together.
The Stephen Roach Show.
Stephen Roach Show. I have thought about Drubatron, you and me doing like Mondays and Thursdays on my channel. I'm just saying, us three hosting on Mondays and Thursdays. You guys should think about that.
Yeah, we all got totally different personalities and takes on everything. So
I'm just saying. And then we'll let Von Joe on here and there too, when Von Joe can come on. All right, Roach, I love you, brother. I will see you tomorrow, man. Be good.
Yep, later.
And then there was one, my main man, my brother from another mother, my beard brother, Drubatron.
What else could I say? What could be said?
What could be said?
That hasn't been said already. I just to piggyback off of Vaughn a little bit too. For me, I've had it's been a rough few it's been a rough couple of months really. I've been very overworked and things, so it's been hard to come by. But I found that I need to kind of make some of that time, even if I can't come on here and talk. I still have the show on in the background, just because, like Vaughn said, it's a distraction. It can to take me away from all the craziness that's going on in the world, because there's There's a lot. There's too much to even go into. So this is an important part of the day for me in the morning. Even if I'm not up here, just to be able to listen and hang out and forget about the world, even if it's for just a few hours. It's a special part of the day. So I appreciate you for that, and everybody in the comments too. All the people that come and hang out, and we can bicker and fight, but at the end of the day, we're all Dolphins fans and we're all human beings, and we all have each other, which a lot of people can't say. There's a lot of lonely people in the world, and I'm grateful that we have the community here that we can, never have to feel that way. So
you're right, man. I agree.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on with the keeping on. I get it, man. Drew, I love you, man. I appreciate you coming on today, and I will see you tomorrow. Be good, Drew.
Yeah.
Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clap Blackers. I'm your host, Stephen D. I hope you all enjoyed today. I will tell you, anybody who donates right now, I will double your entries into the giveaway, the weekly giveaway that we will do on Friday. So if you donate right now, I will double your entries, even if it's on here on YouTube. Cash App or PayPal, obviously I always double. If you donate $50 or more, I triple. Let's raise some money for the channel. Let's raise some money for the victims of Buffalo. A portion of all the donations this week we're going to send to Buffalo. I'm not sure how we're going to do it yet, but we're going to set it up and we're going to do it. We're going to be part of a beautiful thing together. We're going to help our brothers out, the Buffalo Bills Mafia fans and the families of the victims over there. So, all right. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Before I do my final thought of the day, Von954 says, I don't watch any other mainstream news other than what people on here or social media post. I really don't know the ins and outs. I have empathy my nerves can't handle, so I live in my own little world. I hear you on that, man. Chef Shoe says, please stay safe and pray a lot. We all need it. Great show today, Stephen D. Stephen never wants to do a show with me because he's a dirty Trekkie and refuses to admit Star Wars is a better franchise. Live long and prosper, brother. That's what I got for you. My final thought of the day is I kind of already talked about it. I stop hate, man. Got to stop the spread of hate, and I'll tell you how you do it. Part of how you do it. It's not the entire solution. But there are two things that you do to stop the spread of hate. Okay. Number one, just got a donation from Drew on Cash App. Shout out to Drew. Appreciate it, man. There's two ways to stop hate. Number one is love and kindness. If you do more love and kindness in the world, not only will you be better in karma, I believe in karma, right? But you don't do it for that. You do it because it's what's right, right? That can mean you calling a person every day and saying, hey, look, I hope, I hear you're struggling. I want to be your brother or your sister, depending if you're man or woman. And you say, hey, look, I want to be there for you. I want to help you go through whatever it is that you're struggling to go through. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be, a person you've never met. Maybe you're in the store and they're, a couple dollars short on their groceries. Pay those extra couple dollars if you have it. And I know money's tight right now. Gas is $1 million a gallon. But if you have it, do it. You never know what somebody's going through. You never know the madness or the sickness or the darkness, for that matter, of what people go through. And so being kind to people and spreading positivity and being kind and love, that's how you make the world a better. That's part one of how you make the world a better place. Part two, and this is a little bit more, you call out hatred. If you see hatred or you see evil, you call it out. Whether that's verbally, hopefully you don't have to get physical with it, but you call it out. you don't allow that hateness or evilness to spread. I'm telling you, like, that is a quick way for things to spread, is allowing it to grow. I'm not endorsing violence or anything like that, but I think that calling out hatred and evil is something, and how you do that, you might pray for them. You might, if you're religious, or you might kill them with kindness, or whatever the case is, but you need to call it out when you see it. If somebody says something that's racist, or, I'm not talking about being politically correct. I'm talking about just being morally right and wrong. I'm not even talking about politically correct stuff. I'm talking about just being a good person. You don't have to believe in what your brother believes in, but you also don't have to be hateful to people either and mean. And when you see somebody being hateful, evil, and mean, you call it out. And so those are the two things that I think I do. I think, I've been in grocery stores where I've seen somebody be nasty to somebody, and I'm like, hold up, man. No need for that. Keep doing what you're doing. Leave this person alone. I've said that. I've said that at fast food restaurants. I've said that at grocery stores. I do not allow evil and hateness, it's not going to happen when I'm there. Not. And I also pray for those people too. And I pray all the time for you all who support the show and watch the show. Not trying to get religious on y'all. I'm just saying today is a day that these things needed to be said. They need to be said more, but definitely today. So I love y'all. I really do. Y'all are the best fans in the world. I could not do this without you each and every day. I hope that you support the channel financially, morally, hitting the like button, sharing it, whatever you're able to do. I hope that you do it. You all are the best fans, and I appreciate everything that you do. Green Rat says you do a great job. Stephen Lewis A says, great show today, Stephen. Thanks for putting me on, and thanks for just being you. I appreciate it. Adam E says, spot on, bro. I like it. All right. I love you all. I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we have Daniel Oyefusi. Let's have a good time. And this is the best morning show, the number one morning show in Miami fan sports. I'm talking about Clack Blockers. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.